And we're live again. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lloyd running Realms of Terrinoth. This is a practice game because I'm going to be running this game at UK Games Expo this year, and I will mess it up so bad if I don't get more practice. I've only played the game twice. I don't know if I'm confident, but I've got the book, so I'm going to take the Wednesday boys through it because why not? About time we play something lighthearted and not like written yesterday or anything. So we're doing a bit of trad. Better trad for Lloyd's blind shot today. And in the house, as always, I have my two favorite people. Well, my two favorite people and Liam, who is new and has just joined us today. Starting up, Chex, tell us who you're playing as.
I am playing Faden Mistpeak, who a man driven by vengeance, quick-witted, so it's going to be difficult to roleplay him. Kind of the roguish, skullduggery character.
I'm feeling it. Next up is my boy Dan, who will also be turning up at UK Games Expo this year because he has no fucking choice, and if he doesn't turn up, I'm going to be really fucking disappointed in him.
No pressure. I'm playing Elise Rain, which everyone else is going to pronounce Alice for this game. So she is Marshal of the Realm, equally skilled in a massive hammer and using the power of the divine to cast magic. She enforces law and is generally heroic and such.
I just want to point out that it's Alice, spelled A-L-Y-S. But if you say Elise, then you might as well call her Rainy because her name is R-A-I-N-E. So why call her Rain if you're going to call her Alice? Like, Just saying. And finally, our newcomer to this channel, who will once again quit and leave like everyone else has done. Rest in peace, Rob. Liam.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Unless my internet goes out, which it hasn't done in a very long time. I'll be playing Pathfinder Durek. He is an orc who has, as most orcs probably do, spent a lot of his time on his own. He's learned to utilize the powers of the wilderness to keep himself alive. It's kind of what he uses over any sort of intellect or any positive personality traits of any kind. Very independent, not too aware of social customs and social graces, a bit of a goat. But he prizes freedom and he likes nature better than people.
I like it. I'm going to try and remember that in a minute because shit's about to get real. Okay, boys, ready to start? Everybody in the channel, everybody roll. Okay, everybody roll some dice to show me that you're here.
Good.
Oh yeah, look at that. 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 Dan, what's your roll? Dan, what's your roll, Dan?
I just have to be 1 minute. I'm sorry. Something's come up.
Oh, you okay, Holmes?
Yeah, it's not. No one is.
Don't wait for you. Come on. I mean, like, no offense. These guys, what the fuck are these people watching the channel gonna do? Like, I mean, what are they gonna do? They're gonna have to wait for you. So go for it.
Well, I mean, we could roll the story points if I'm presuming it still uses it. Like,
nope, you don't roll for story points this time. You're just giving them. So what happens is we get, I know, right? You guys get 1, 2, 3, according to how many people in the party, and then I get 1. And I believe that's it. I'm gonna double check that in the book because I always mess the story points bit up. The new book that I got, which is, oh, it smells so good. Oh, baby. Oh, so good. Oh, God. Give me 1 minute, everybody. Hang on. Story points, 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 story points. Why is it not in the goddamn index? Is it called something else in the index? I don't think so.
I doubt it because it says story points on the pre-gen. So
yeah, so it should be right here. In the index, under S. S-I-S-P, and then go straight to T. Thanks, Fantasy Flight. You're the best. I love you. Okay, fuck it. I'll figure it out. I'll look it up.
I'm back.
Don't worry, boys. I got this. Dan is still not here, but I'm pretty certain it's 3. What? You back?
Yes. I said it like 3 times, and you didn't seem to hear me.
Oh, sorry, bro. I was too busy, trying to impress my boy. All right, cool. In that case, Dan, roll some dice. Make sure you're in the right channel, because like I've had this happen before, where one person was in the wrong channel. I was like, oh, okay, well I guess I messed that up. I'll just stop.
There we go.
All right, Alice Rain, you look good. Looking good, baby. Okay, so Terrinoth is a land fraught with danger from the cold north, where the lands are ripped with probably generic cold Vikings or some shit, I don't know, to the desert to the right, which is probably where we have our mystical, like, non-Persia setting, to the wonderful lush forest all around the area. The entire world is ruled by the Council of 13, who take care of and ensure that everyone is safe within the realms of Terrinoth. But that's not your concern today. Your concern is of the fort. At the very top of the fort, where the camera pans to front of you, in the middle of this large forest. It was a good stretching forest that reaches all the way to a cliff face at the very end. The three of you pant and catch your breath, having just defeated a mad sorcerer who was hell-bent on once again trying to take over the world. You know, standard stuff for you. Unfortunately for you, as soon as you defeated him, the sounds of the fort starting to crumble come towards you, and you realize once again that this was a load-bearing boss. If his power now was go down, the sorcerer and his prized possession, which is this lovely-looking orb with like intricate, funky sigils over it, covering it all up, cracks, and the tower begins to break amongst the release of magical energies. You've got to get out of there super fast. What do you do?
Jurek really does not like magic, so he's going to get as far away from that orb as possible, probably just by running. Are we on the roof of the fort?
You're on the roof of the fort.
I'm jumping down. I'm going to try and land in the trees.
Okay, it's a 100-foot drop.
I'm going to try and scale the fort as quickly as possible.
That's probably better. That's probably a little better. I mean, you can try. I mean, I'm happy to roll some dice for how much damage you will take from a 100-foot drop, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Okay, so you're gonna try and scale down, like climb down.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to
run to the edge of the fort, and I think I'm gonna jump. I look down, and I'm like, I'm not jumping. So he starts climbing down as quickly as possible.
Presuming we have some sort of a rope, could I help him by?
Yes, you have rope in your inventory.
Cool. Can I anchor him? I imagine being self-sacrificing, I'd let other people go first. So if I hold the rope, I'd like be tying it around something.
Your waist?
Yeah, possibly.
Tie it around your waist, or you can try and tie it to like one of the the stone justices out there.
Tight to the orb.
To the orb.
Just goes with the orb. Yeah, I will. I'll stand there bracing the rope as he begins the descent, perhaps.
That sounds pretty fair. You wrap the rope around the edge. You hold it to brace his descent. The rope naturally goes all the way up to the bottom because, like, why would it not, right, guys? Let's say you make me the first roll of the game to keep him steady. You going down, Durik, is not a problem. Oh. That's just done. Like, that's no problem. However, difficulty is 3. Because 3, and you have 2 black dice because the fort is crumbling down, and you're holding onto it along with the rope as well. While you're
and I'm probably a lot heavier than you.
And also, he's a lot heavier than you. So you know what? Yeah,
I'm really brawny. She's a strong.
3 black die, 3 black die, and 3 purple. That's the difficulty.
3 purple. Okay.
Yeah, you got this. I believe in you.
And I'm just rolling.
You're rolling athletics. Yep.
So I have 4 brawn, which is 4 green, but one of those is upgraded to a yellow for a point of athletics, right?
Yep.
Okay. Do I have time to cast a spell and buff me? Because it's only a maneuver, I think, to cast it.
Oh no, it's not a maneuver to cast that. I don't believe. Let me double check.
Oh no, it's a maneuver to concentrate on it. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Not the same. That's what I thought. So yeah, you can spend time and cast it and let him like wait for you, and then you can go down.
Why not just one thing I find exciting.
You can also cast it while you're holding on.
Oh, okay.
I will give you 3 more black die, and I'll give you 6 black die. But you can cast it while you're holding on because that's what you do. You're a Templar. The bonus, the fact that you can cast spells with your armor on.
One of the reasons I find this kind of exciting is because I don't entirely know what the averages are for all these dice, so I don't know if 1 yellow, 3 green is going to beat 3 purple, 2 black particularly well. So
you'll be fine. Just add more. Look, just cast while you're holding on. It'll be cool.
Can I use one of the? We've got 3 of these destiny points. Doesn't that one of those upgrade a dice?
Yep. Remember, you're casting, so you're not using your brawn. So the difficulty is only 3 black. 3 black on you trying to strengthen yourself, argument yourself, whatever the difficulty that is.
You want me to make one of the spell checks first and then the rope check?
Yeah, because you're casting. You got 3 because you're not using both you put up both hands. Okay, let me double check this before I continue. Because as a Templar, you get bonuses to casting when you're not using your hands. So I'm gonna make sure that's correct and I've not messed that up. But that's like the benefit for being a Templar. Let me count they do not add black for in heavy armor, using the shield or at least not having one hand free. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I will give you 2 black for casting, just saying the spell while holding onto the rope and then going for it, because then you don't have any penalty. So do it.
So make the casting roll first. So that's a difficulty 3 with 3 black dice, you said.
Yep.
Okay, and my discipline, I'm using
your magic stat is your divine knowledge. Oh no, the magic skill is divine, right? So it should be divine
will,
knowledge.
which is 3 yellows, and it's a will check. So, which is 3. So all 3 greens are upgraded to yellows.
Yep.
I think. And if I succeed this, I get ongoing benefits. So let's just see if this works. Yes,
you got it.
By the looks of it,
that looks like a success to me. The only problem is that you rolled 2 threats.
Yeah.
All right. So the problem, right, is that as you're trying to cast a spell and you're done, and you start saying it, you realize that you can't stop the spell. You have to keep chanting, so you will not be able to speak.
Okay. I will do that.
If you stop speaking at any point, the spell will stop.
So while the maelstrom of magic is whirling around, I imagine all her dark black hair is being kicked up and everything is crumbling around her. She starts shouting to horizons, to whatever god Templars worship.
Worship, please help.
Over this storm. Yes, please help. And she gains benefits for such. So I now have...
You argumented with 3, so let me double check.
So augment gives me an extra green going forward as long as I maintain.
No, an extra skill check, not a skill. Ability, an extra green. And you rolled a 3 difficulty, right?
I did previous on that spell check, yeah. But now I'm going to make the rope check.
Do it.
So it's 1 yellow, it's now 3 green. 3 purples and 2 black was the original rope check. Okay.
Yep, do it. Make that roll.
Gone. Oh no.
Well, that's still a failure, dude. I'm sorry.
I did all of that and rolled atrociously.
I know, that sucks. Okay, so you summon the force between you, start speaking, you try to hold the rope as best as you can. You've got your hand on it. But you have 2 advantages. However, the problem is, as you're holding onto the rope and being fairly strong, the rock that the rope is attached to breaks off and it goes flying off. The 2 advantages means that you go, no. And now you're holding on to the rock, dangling on one side, and what's called Durik dangling on the other. And you're holding on to the both of them because you're still buff. But the minute you let go of that rope, he is tumbling to his doom. At the same time, behind you, you hear as these 3 skeletons slowly start to form from the broken ones you guys destroyed earlier. The magic is filling them up with horrible arcane monstrosities, and the whole skeleton form just builds up and up and up and up until they stand tall, menacing, and instantly naturally equipped with weapons. They have these cool-looking rotten scimitars that Dark Souls themselves up to life. And they start to approach the 3 of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe it's time for initiative.
2 of you, because I'm currently hurtling towards my doom.
Oh no, you're still hanging on. Oh, don't worry, I don't understand.
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
something
you're
special
good.
for you. Don't worry.
Your doom's next turn. Don't worry about
Don't worry about it. You're good.
it. Initiative's cool.
It is cool. So for initiative, everybody. Also, I forgot you rolled one of these, didn't you? Boop. For initiative, everybody, what you do is
I didn't use the light side point in the end.
Oh, didn't you?
I didn't.
Oh,
No,
cool.
I didn't. Sorry.
For initiative, you roll your cool stats with no penalty, and whatever you get is what your difficulty is. So I'm going to roll twice for the 3 skeletons and for the bad guys, other bad guys that you can't see.
Which stats did you roll on? Sorry.
Agility for cool.
No, you're cool.
sorry.
Yeah, ability is cool.
Coolest presence. Sorry.
Presence, yeah.
Is it presence? Oh, yeah, there you go.
If I have no points in cool, what do I roll?
You
Just
roll
your
your
base
presence stats.
Oh, okay.
So,
So
you
just-
roll 3 or 2 free, whatever your presence score is. The green die.
Okay. Succeeded.
You don't have much presence. So
I got nothing. I got 1 present.
That's still
I don't
good
like
enough.
people, and I'm an ugly bastard.
Wow.
Derek's not good looking
Okay,
either.
so I'm gonna click the initiative box, guys, and let me show you the fucking sweet initiative here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at those cool guys with shades. I wish I could make this work so it's right here so I could show you. Look at those cool motherfuckers with shades. Look at them. They're so fucking hot. All right, so who got the highest? I got 3 successes for my highest, and I was gonna beat that.
You get the highest then.
So that'll be a bad guy turn. So that flips. Brr! And then we have
I think it's
you, all of you guys, and then a bad guy again.
right.
So starting off, the skeletons, all 3 of them shudder up forward. They fully form, and then they go off their hunches, and then they charge you guys in your bony like Harryhausen way as they charge Thaden. Thaden, how you doing?
I enjoy having the undead rush towards me.
Oh, that's okay. I like that. So these are minions, and minions have very special rules for stats. Now they're coming within melee range of you, and melee's difficulty is always 2 purple. However, as they rush towards you, the maelstrom is smacking them around the area, and they can't freaking get to your goddamn face. That's the good news. The bad news is they've pushed you to the edge, and now you're like near it, and you're slightly stretching out. You have one. That you have 1 black die to your roll next time you roll. Over the fact that you're now teetering at the edge. Next up is watch for this. Hold on, is the right button? I hope this is the right button. And doosh, there. Who's next?
It's checks.
No, stop right there. Sorry, I made a mistake. Anyone can take an initiative slot. Anyone can, as long as a player initiative slot. So anyone could choose to go.
Jex, do you want to go shoot the skeleton?
I'm going to choose to go, but I'm not going to shoot at the skeleton.
Oh,
That's probably a wise idea because they are next to you.
I don't know if I've got enough time to do this. I probably don't.
Well, let me know what you can do.
I'm just looking to see what's in my inventory to make use of to get us out of this.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's technically not all that great, not possible, and yada yada, but this is a fantasy land with skeletons. So, logic can. Essentially, I want to tie a rope to the end of an arrow, fire it from the crossbow into one of the trees below, so it's got a zip line.
All right. Now now I think that's great, and you can definitely do that as a zip line because I think that's awesome, and I'm down for that. That is perfection. But you've got to give yourself some space to do it because they are around you. They're not gonna let you go. Ooh. You need, if you can move them away from you or clear some kind of distance or get Alice to give you some distance, you could do the zip line.
Yeah, I'm going to have to clear a distance myself then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's clear the distance by taking them out.
All right, how you do it?
Well, if they're this close to me, I'm at.
Pardon me?
Sword.
So Sword. So you pull out your sword. Have you got a sword?
Yep.
All right, go for it. When you're engaged, you have a 2 difficulty to attack. So difficulty is just 2 purple.
I'm just looking up my character sheet and see what I've got.
Take your time.
Oh, 2 purple. I've also got a cat that is really, getting in my road right now.
I'm used to it.
Oh, fuck! He clawed my leg.
What's wrong? You okay? What did he cat you?
He just shoved his claws into my leg.
I feel your pain.
Oh, right. So that wasn't a great roll.
Wasn't it? What'd you get?
A fret.
Okay. So remember, I just checked. You forgot to roll your black die that you go. So roll 1 black die for me, please.
Oh.
Because you haven't failed. Hey, all right. So you got nothing. So they are there, and you're like trying to swipe them, but they're skeletons, and they're not really obeying the sword thing because there's no flesh to cut, which is really awkward and embarrassing for you. But you've rolled 1 threat. So as you're standing there, you realize that they've actually got you surrounded. So now you're even more encased with them. They're like there with you, and you cannot move. You are not allowed any maneuver to break your engagement because they've got you cornered by the wall. The only way you can break your engagement is to go off the edge. And next person, who wants to go next?
Do you want to, Liam, or do you want me to try and hold you up?
I'm currently dangling, so
Okay.
not much I can do at the moment.
Can I tied it to like some sort of crenellation or a gargoyle or something, and that snapped, and I caught it. Am I able to like turn and hurl the thing with the rope attached to it back at the skeletons? So he like.
I love that. That is a genius attack, and I think it's absolutely ballsy. The only problem is there's a sweeping it. In fact, I'm not even gonna I think it's a range attack. So difficulty is going to be 1 purple, 1 red. And if you roll a despair, you will knock checks off the edge as well.
Okay, I'm terrible at ranged attacks.
I know that's why that was like I think it's a range attack. Let's just make it a range because I'm not worried about difficulty of how strong you can do it if you can lift it. No, let's make it a range attack. Done.
Okay, I'm still chanting through the storm and the skeletons, so I get another green, as far as I know. So it's 1 red and 1 purple.
To your brawn, remember, to a skill, you don't get it to your range. The fact that you've got that spell going is the reason why you can hurl the rock like a fucking murderer. But it doesn't only adds to that skill check. Hold on.
No, it says if the check is successful, until the end of at least the next turn, the target increases the ability of any skill check they make.
Oh, in that case, yeah, fuck it. Ignore me, I'm dumb. I'll remember that for later. Go, make the roll. So it's done, boy.
Okay, so that's 3 green versus 1 red and 1 purple. So roll double success.
Oh, right. Jesus, you got lucky. Yeah, describe. In that case, let's do damage. So your damage, I would say, with the swinging giant rock will be 4 plus 1 for every success you make.
So beyond the first, or including the first success?
Oh no, 4 plus every success is including the first.
That's 6 damage then.
Okay, so you swing up and you swing it round. These are minions, so every time you break some of their health, 1 goes off, and you smack 1 off, and it goes flying off the edge, and it breaks apart when it goes outside the sphere of magic that's been going on around you in the broken bubble, and it falls apart. Nice work. Also, because I'm nice, Durek.
Yes.
Make me an athletics test, difficulty 2, to get on the ground from when he pulled the whole thing up, and not be so dangling. Because I'd say that you could have brought him along with it. Is that okay for you, Dan?
Yeah, that's good for me. I wanted him to be back up here rather than off the edge, so
That was fair. Yeah, make an athletics difficulty 2 test. Difficulty 2 being 2 purple, please.
That's 3 prominent athletics. Let's go. 2 success.
Woo! So cool work, guys. You swing it round, you smack it. The skeleton goes flying out, and Durek flips over and lands on his feet, looking cool as hell. You guys are great.
As I land, I say, I fucking hate magic.
At this point, the orb goes into half circle, with the magic now starts to spread along the ground, breaking the ground apart beneath you. There's now like parts of the floor falling apart here and there, all over the area.
Am I still able to turn? Or was my speed do that?
Yeah, your turn is still on. Go for it. I'll just describe what's happening.
I'm gonna body check as many of these skeletons out my way as I can.
Yeah!
Just run straight into them and just tackle them.
Oh, I love it. That's fucking loud. Are you going to try and knock them off the edge?
Yes, that's my aim.
In that case, make me a brawl check. And difficulty is 2 reds. If you get both reds without a despair and you succeed, they'll all go off the edge. If you get a despair, you'll go with them.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
I don't have any bonus to my brawl. So this is going to be interesting.
Remember, you can always spend a story point to give yourself a bonus.
I could. Let me check what my ability is. I have a cool ability that I can name of. That's not going to help me here. Never mind.
You can story points can be used to like boost your dice pool. So you might as well use one.
I think I'm gonna have to do that. Just in
so
case.
when you spend it upgrades your dice, one of your dice from green to red to green to yellow.
Have you already clicked that over?
Yep.
Okay. In that case, one of my greens to yellow. Here we go.
Just don't roll despair. Problem solved. Well,
you got an advantage.
So you got an advantage. So you don't succeed. But you do bull rush them. For one thing, you bull rush them off Thaden. So Thaden's no longer surrounded by people. They're pushing back against you, like, they're like, the skeletons don't have any vocal cords, but like, and you push them on the edge. You can give the next person a blue die for the next roll.
Nice.
Whoever takes the next initiative, as you can see, I've marked it over there with the blue on the head. Whoever takes that gets a blue die to the next roll. Is that fair?
How did you add the blue die? I'm just interested.
If you click on it, you can modify the slot.
Oh.
I know, right?
Ooh,
isn't it great?
You can.
I told you. I'm telling you. People who fucking play Fantasy Flight games are insane. They're like, I don't even know.
Not messing. I think it's your go now, Lloyd.
Yep, and what I said is the scribe happens where the ground cracks and all that, because this is a shot fire. I just want to show you guys how the combat works.
Okay. And then it's your go again.
All right, that's my go again. Okay, so the skeletons are being pushed back. They don't like the fact they're being pushed back, so they're going to fight against it to try and stop you from kicking their butts. So they're going to roll the dice, and because there's not only 2 of them, the dice is a bit weaker. But they can still kick your ass, so it doesn't matter. So you've pushed them back. They're not doing anything fancy. They're just going to go, and they try and smack you to get you off them. Oh, wait, or they're going to try and pick you up and throw you off the edge. I feel that's what they do. I feel that'd be cooler in their heads to do that. So I'm going to do that. Okay, what's your brawl score?
My brawl is 0.
What is your brawn?
My brawn is 3.
All right, so the difficulty is 3 to lift you up and throw you off. So I roll and I use your skill and your ability to determine my difficulty. They get 1 dice for being next to the edge and 2 dice, and 1 of the dice is upgraded because they could possibly go with you. Well, that sucks for you, doesn't it? They pick you up and they lift you. You're like, what are you doing? Like, and then they chuck you, and now you're tumbling backwards off the edge. Who wants to take the next turn? Get a blue die for it.
If I shout rope trick at Thaden, can he like shoot the crossbow rope out, hit a tree, so there is something for...
You could shout it, but you lose the spell.
Oh shit, yeah. Crap. I've still got like rope and do you want to go, Chex?
No, after you.
I still have like rope and weight. So can I lasso the falling Durek.
What, like, I'm trying to lasso him. Why not? Your strength is that hard. So you still got weight, and you're still swinging, and you're still chanting. Yeah, I'll let you do it. I'll let you come up to do it. Difficulty is going to be 2 purple, but one of those purples is red. No. 2 purple difficulty, but you have 2 black die because the ground is cracking around you.
Yeah, damn ground.
We also get a blue die because I'm so cool.
That's true.
I'll give it to you. And I'm going to say difficulty is actually coordination.
It's coordination, is it? Okay.
Yep, because you're not just using your strength to smack him back on the ground. You're trying to lasso him. And that's coordination.
So I get that's 2 green and an ongoing green from the spell, and then a blue versus 2 purples and 2 blacks. So...
Whoop whoop! I got
Good luck.
Nope.
All right, so you
swing the wrong
try
part
to
of
lasso
the
him.
rock, you hit it.
You try to lasso him when you throw the rope, and you got a black die as well. You throw the rope, and it just misses him. Not only that, the rock part swings and it smacks you in the back of the head as well. Take 2 strain. Oh, I almost forgot. When you spend spells, it costs 2 strain every spell you cast. So you're on 3 strain now. Mark it on your character sheet. On the
it cost me 1 strain. Sorry, the 2 strain at the beginning, and then to concentrate.
And then 1 strain for that disadvantage you rolled. That threat you rolled.
Right.
All right, that's your turn done. Even the blue, life sucks. Who wants checks or Durek? Do you want to take next turn?
Do you want to try and save yourself, Liam?
I'm going to try and flip it onto my feet.
You're falling 100 feet.
That just
Are you
gives
sure?
them
I'm
more
going to try and
time to
land.
move over.
I'm going to try and land at the top of the trees.
I've
got much else I can do.
Well, you can try and like hold on to grab onto something from the walls next to you. You're not like all the way out
okay.
nothing. They just trapped you down.
Oh, I see. And
Yeah,
I'm
remember
going to bust out my
this is a
climbing gear
heroic
and try and
game,
hook on
not
the rock.
a. Yeah, this is a heroic game, not a like. Oh well, Lamentations just killed me. I'm gonna go home now. Fuck it.
Okay.
So
yeah,
So
I'm climbing
if you're
gear,
trying
trying
to
to
grab
rock.
onto the rock, I need an athletics test. Difficulty 3.
If I have climbing gear, does that make it better?
Yes, climbing gear. I'll give you 2 blue die for.
Nice. So 2 blue. My athletics is still 3 green. What was the difficulty, sorry?
3 purple.
Okay, that's good odds. Good odds. Nice.
Nice, but 2 disadvantage. So you reach. So describe how you hung onto the wall. I love it. I think it's great.
I like that they throw me off, but I'm backwards. I like roll so that I'm facing the wall, bust out 2 like pittons or whatever they're called that you use to climb hills, and just stick them into the walls. But I also imagine those are 2 rocks that are about to start coming loose. So maybe next turn I'm falling again.
You know what? I'll take it from you. You slap, because I think that's a great use of it. You slam into the rocks, and then the rock just does the rock here, and you're like in there, right? And it's like that. And you're like, I got it. And it goes, and you're like, oh no. And that's where you are. You're like, all right. Next up is
Like a Buster Keaton routine.
all right, Thaden. Thaden, you're up.
All right, let's try and buy you some time because the skeletons are going to come towards the 2 that aren't about to plummet to their deaths. So I'm going to lift a crossbow and fire at one of them.
What's got 1 deck skeletons?
Yeah, fire the crossbow at one of the
I
skeletons.
see, like, go on, make the roll. Because they are only that far away from you and they're not engaging you, difficulty only 1 purple.
Oh.
That's 2 successes. So once again, you add. So you check damage of your weapon, which is
9.
9, and you add those 2 together. So what do you get in total?
11.
11. 11 is enough to take both skeletons out. So you go and you shoot them enough, and they're like, "Eh!" and then they burst out after like the shots just destroy their bodies. The whole arms and legs are flying out, which is weird for skeletons because you're like, but your aim is so good. You're taking out like tendon, like joints of them, and you're taking out like the neck parts until like a skull rolls beneath your feet. You step on it. The skeletons are gone. Nice work, guys.
And for some bizarre reason, he lifts up the crossbow and just goes.
As they're like hanging there, Derek, like, what are you doing? All
Can I
right,
get a hand, please?
the circle now goes down one more time. This time forming a quarter circle at the bottom, like pretty much like that, like pretty much down there, almost completely finishing. The top of the building has no standard. The rock next to it is breaking apart. You reckon one more turn, you guys are out. You will pummel to your deaths.
The tower
There are
kind
there are no NPCs to worry about, so who wants to go next?
Is the tower like falling down cylindrically, like down to the ground, or is it like toppling?
It's toppling. Like it's breaking apart piece by piece. By the end of the turn, it's gonna go like this.
Okay. Do we think we could get down whatever stairs is on the inside in a turn? Or does that seem a bit much?
I forgot the
If
tower
you've done it at the beginning of the turn, yes. The game, yes. Unfortunately, you spent quite a lot of time rescuing Durek from falling off.
I've tried.
It didn't work. I'm still falling.
If it's toppling, is there going to be any point that I could jump from the falling building into trees or onto a mountainside or something away from where the tower's going to land?
Possibly, but it's gonna fucking hurt.
I'm not sure what other choice.
There's always a rope choice.
Yeah, okay. I'm still chanting, and I'm starting to look slightly more worried. And I kind of just like, I don't have to be holding on to anything anymore. Like, I just mime to him to like fire the crossbow at some trees.
You're like,
Yes. Get us off this, get us off this damn tower is what our eyes are saying.
Okay, so let's say you're not taking the turn. So in that case, Thaden, it's up to you to save everyone.
Okay, this is gonna go great.
Literally everyone.
Can I assist him in some way?
Depends on what he's doing.
Okay.
It was same again. It's a zip line idea.
Okay, so boom, hang on and slide.
What was it? A roll for that again?
For shooting down to get the zip line, I'll give you a range. No, here's the thing. I'll give it a range, but if you do this, you're not going to be able to help Durek. Is that really what you want, Thaden?
I have a plan to save myself. You'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't give a toss about the orc.
Are you sure about that? As your team member? You sure you don't give a toss about the orc?
Yes.
Wow, okay. Good old Dex once again, showing us how it is.
This is why
Okay, make a roll.
Use the story point checks, please.
Yes.
Good.
Okay. I've got 2 yellow and a green, so do I really need a story point on top of that?
Checks, hold up a second.
If you want. I mean, both me and you are humans, so we can flip the story points back again. I'd just like to get off the tower before we die.
Yeah.
All right, do it.
Let's use the story point. What does that do?
It makes one of your greens a yellow.
So that's 3 yellow then.
Yeah.
All right, you forgot the purple.
You didn't do any negative.
Oh,
It was such a good roll as well.
I'm so proud of it.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty was 3 purple.
3
Maybe
purple.
roll them separate.
Fine, roll them separately.
Oh,
What's
they're all
going
turn.
Okay, good news. Good news. You've definitely made the shot and it's hooked on. Better news is that Triumph, you can slide down for free. Bad news, that rope will work for 1 person.
Won't some of those threats get cancelled out by the successes? Is it like
no, those aren't failures, those are threats.
Okay.
So you can both
succeed-
go together and hope for the best, or you can leave your friend to die, which I'm not surprised you would do because it's you, Checks. I mean, like, fucking hell, work together. We just run them down. I mean, what's going on?
I mean, it sounds like you just signed Dan's death warrant there.
Oh wow, you're leaving Dan to die?
I'm blaming it on you.
No, you can
Just a
blame who
lot
you
of
want.
successes and a triumph.
Yeah, the amount of successes don't matter because those are just to get the thing done and to cancel out the failures. What matters is the threat, the triumph, and that. The triumph means you can just be at the bottom like that, you're done. But the problem is that once you do it, and if you wait for Dan and go with him because you were the triumph, I'll let you do that. But if you go on your own, you're safe.
How about if he's going to be selfish? If the rope does start to break, can I grab the end of it and as it's swinging down, like from the collapsing tower, I try and grab Durik on the way?
If he's selfish, I'll allow you to do that. If he's Durik can find his way down, he'll be fine. It's up to him, though.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I've started as I mean to go on. Let's be selfish about it. It's just...
Okay. So you're like, all right, good work. And he's like, goodbye, bitches. Wow! And he slides down, finishing his turn. The rope is snapping, as you can see.
Someone had to test it out.
So the rope is snapping. Can I?
Yeah, so you can grab on and try and go the swing, and I'll even let you try and grab Durik on your way down.
Okay.
But guess what we have to roll for that? It's a coordination.
Oh, okay. What's the difficulty?
3 purple.
Okay. Are you happy to do it, or did you want to get down another way? Or...
I have my own plan, but I want to see if your plan works first.
Okay.
Also, you can catch me.
Coordination.
You can assist if you want, Durik. Because now's a good time for me to explain the assistance rolls.
That's true. You could like jump out and go and grab my hand as I swing by.
That is probably a good way to go.
All right.
Probably
because both of you don't have agility, all you will be able to do in this case is give him a blue die to roll extra. But that blue die might save you.
It might, because we're on dead even now. And a blue die.
You have a story point as well.
Yes, I'm probably going to use the story point to upgrade.
Yeah, do it.
Sure. I think that's it. Yay!
And so all you get is 1 strain. Now, Dan, if you look on your character sheet in the Sky 20, if you click on your name, there's a box there next to strain.
Yeah.
You can just fill in how much strain you get.
Yeah, I've been putting it up.
You've got to kick set at the end of it.
Okay, there we go. I've been counting the strain.
All right. Describe how you get down.
So I imagine we've fought our way to the top of this tower and killed this dude. I imagine that I know that that Faden is particularly selfish. He's good at what he does, but I know he doesn't have the same. So like I'm miming that, and he does it, and then I almost half expect. Like, I think there's a pause where I just kind of frown at him as he just slides away. And then as the rope starts to fray, I like leap over the crenellations, grab it. And as I'm sort of, the camera cuts out and I'm doing this huge swing down the tower side, like Durik leaps out as a leap of faith at one point, and I just sort of snatch his hand, his arm.
We have that moment where it's like the Last Judgment, where our fingers are almost touching and then it's just a clasp.
Yes, yeah. And then I sort of swing out, and we probably hit, because of like the threat or something, hit the ground reasonably roughly.
Yeah, you guys like bounce and then roll some more. But when you come up, you're both covered in dirt and you're covered in mud because like why not? Why not? Let's just dirty you up.
That's the way Durik likes it.
That's the way Durik likes it. And you both look up as the tower collapses behind you. But on the plus side, guys, you've done it. You managed to defeat the dreaded sorcerer that was terrorizing Greyhaven. Nice work. There's a bit where Thaden's still in the tree, and the two of you like on the ground looking up, looking really pissed off at him for like a second as like the sun starts to rise beneath you, starting a new day. And that was initiative, guys. Congratulations. That was good work. Good work. You didn't die. I'm impressed. Took all the story points. What?
My plan
worked. The plan worked. Nice work, guys. Okay, so
My plan to get down was just to remove the pythons, drop like a few feet, and stick them back in, and just keep doing that.
and let's keep doing that. Like, fuck it, I'll get down eventually. Please, God. That was a good plan. I can respect that. All right, guys. So
breaks, but
as the sun comes up and you guys like catch up together, now is a good time for me to explain what happens at the end of every combat. At the end of a combat, you can roll. I think vigilance. I have to double check. Give me a second. Not is it resilience? I think it's resilience. You can roll discipline to try and get rid of your stress, aka your strain. You just roll it base, and any successes you do, get rid of strain. So Alice, make the roll.
Vigilance.
No, not vigilance. The one with roll discipline. That's it.
So will and will. So that's 1 green and 2 yellows, because that's what I'm all about. So I think, yeah, there's that moment, like you see, where we like hit the ground, and just I imagine Alice is just lying there, like flat on her back, and Durek is like just next to her, and she's just like the last words of her chant just like come out, and then she just goes.
What about I've just been holding onto your hand and you've just been chanting gibberish?
I've been chanting the entire time, basically. So I just roll this straight, or is there a difficulty to healing?
You just roll it straight. There's no difficulty.
Boom.
And you recover 3 strain.
That is almost all of the strain that I use.
Nice. And with 3 successes, when you bring yourself up and cover it down, you're able to put some food together, so other people can have some meals and relax, and everyone else will get a bonus to their next roll that they make. Everyone gets a 1 blue die to the next roll they make from you just basically being relaxed and spreading out to everyone else.
Woo.
How nice of you.
As Durek is eating his meal, he's just like giving Thaden the stink eye.
Fucking gonna kill you.
Just
I use
fucking
like holding a chicken and like just skinning it carefully and watching Thaden like.
Eyes on you, eyes on you, Paul.
Oh, sorry. So what was that, Chicks? I missed it.
We all got down, didn't we? What's the problem?
I say nothing in response.
All right, so Greyhaven is only a few days away, but you're not heading to Greyhaven itself. You're heading to a small outpost where you were hired to do this, known as Adelan. It's this like small, mini little like encampment where the person who hired you works as it's like a mini waypoint on the way to Greyhaven, and that's the person who hired you to watch over it, to come help him out.
So have we got to set off, or are we there, or?
I know. I mean, I was waiting for you guys to say you're setting off, and then you'd be there.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll lead the way. I know these forests better than most. He says.
I trust you to get us there safely, she says, in like a caring way.
No problem. Give me 1 second. So when you arrive to the waypoint, you see it's already guarded by a few like full-on proper guards who are like sort of like watching the area. It's like a waypoint encampment. You can see a whole bunch of like soldiers and military guys are running drills, while like people like the camp followers are all amongst them going about. The reason why they're in Adelaine is because there's been an encroachment of the undead coming in from the west into what's called Greyhaven. So an army has been put there to stop them from doing it. One of the things they had realized was that someone had managed to infiltrate the ranks and get between them and Greyhaven, and was summoning what's called the undead from there. That's why they sent you guys to go take care of it, because they couldn't leave their post. You were hired by a General Cass, who is this hardcore lady who doesn't take shit from nobody, and you just need to go see her to tell what happened, and now it's done.
I guess I stroll through, like, hammer over one shoulder, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we're like surrounded by people, Durek just like clams up and just walks straight arm, straight leg, just.
You guys head in, and it doesn't take you very long to like basically see where General Cass is. She's in a bit of a war room where she's like plotting out maps and trying to figure out what's going on and where things are happening and what's up with that. Basically doing from there. You can get past the guards pretty easily, and then you there with her and her like fellow generals looking at the map and trying to work things out.
The necromancer has fallen, General.
She's looking at papers and she sort of stops and she looks up and she goes, "Ah, Elise, you hear of your companions?"
Yes, all of us got away safely. And she gives you
Excellent.
a bit of a side eye to Thaden. But...
Fucking, I bet Elise is the queen of side eyes. General Cass sort of looks up. She's like, "Excellent work. I'm super proud of you. Good work on all that. I'm glad you're here, actually. Gentlemen, could you give us a minute?" And the other generals sort of like look over and look at you and they scroll their eyes and they walk past. One doesn't leave.
Derek thinks that she's talking to him, so he turns to walk away. And I imagine somebody just like grabs his arm and is like, no, you're fine.
Yeah, I can grab it.
One of them doesn't leave, and he sort of like stops and looks over at you guys, and he gives you a really dirty look. And he sort of turns back towards General Cass, and he sort of goes, "General, I understand that these are your new men, as such as you couldn't use the ones that I wanted to provide for you." And she's like, "I'm very well aware of those, using adventurers and our people. Yes, but I don't see why you need to involve them any further in our... That will be all on Earth." Like, and it gives you a stink eye as he walks past. General Cass closes her book, and she like sort of folds her hands and she sighs and she looks up and she goes, "Well, payment." And then she like throws you guys sets of like gold coins each, because fuck it, it's a fancy football. Everyone uses gold coins and never fucking remember actual coins to use. She throws you guys a bag of gold coins each, going, "That's your payment, done and dusted."
So Elise like leans forward and slides her hand underneath the reasonable bag of coins, I'm sure. And she like throws it up in the air a little. And as she's like going to put it away, "What's next, General?"
How would you like to double that?
Do I get to kill double the necromancers?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I'm up for it. How about you?
She leans on. She's like, something's been bothering me recently. Our men, most of them are of good health, and I have a phone call at this fucking time. I'll answer it later. It's fine. Our men are of good health and keep a steady regime. I ensure that. But recently, I've been having a lot of people turn up sick, and I've dealt with people of magical baselines before. They don't attack from the front, which is quite rude if you ask me. They normally attack from the shadows where I see them. I didn't be mattered by this, but I've just had a report about one of them being
I'm not sure if it's just me, but you broke up a lot.
Yeah, you're robot.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, God,
Let me try that again.
I was going to say, as soon as Dirk hears the word magical, he's just like...
She looks at her hand and goes, "My men are sick." Am I coming through?
Yes.
Yep.
"My men are sick. Something is wrong. I don't know what. I don't know why. But people don't fall. 1 or 2 people falling sick during a thing like this. Nothing new. Bit of bedding, bit of spit shine. They'll be fine. A regime of men falling sick constantly, to the point where I believe 10% of my people are all ill. Something is wrong. Something is wrong somewhere within this camp. I'd like you to investigate it as outsiders."
Right.
Did any of that come through?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I was just...
Drake just sighs because he has to interact with people again.
So 10% of the men within this very camp are contracted some sort of disease. Can you give us symptoms?
Nah, usual. Vomiting, headaches, not feeling great, needing bed. They haven't recovered yet. It's only been the last 3 days. But I don't like the smell of it.
Are they confined to a certain portion of the camp?
No, they're all spread out. There's not been anything I've seen that could link them all together yet.
Very well. Well, I'm sure the gods will protect. I can investigate for you.
If you find anything, let me know. My instincts aren't always on ball when it comes to weird and wonderful things in our world, but they're on fire recently, and I don't like it. I'm willing to pay money to have an ease of mind.
Elise nods.
All right, dismissed.
She leaves immediately.
And she goes, if you need to have any information, ask my second, Marker. She's around the corner. And then she goes out to her papers, and the generals all walk in. On that, still giving you the stink eye.
Right, so, poison? Disease?
Could just be the latrines are too close to camp.
I mean, you can be on duty if you want to and go check that out.
I think we should send Durek to do that. I mean, nature, he likes that kind of thing, call of nature. It all seems to come round full circle, doesn't it?
What's a latrine?
A hole in the ground, Derek.
He just sort of nods, like, understandingly.
Hmm.
I guess perhaps we should talk to some of the patients or the afflicted. Maybe check the water supplies. Or maybe the watchmen have seen something shifty in the camp. Anyone volunteering for any of those?
I can check the water.
Good.
Water speaks less words than people.
Thaden, can I perhaps leave you to skulk around and see if you can find anything? And I'll go talk to the people in the med tents.
Yeah, well, let's do that.
Very well. Okay, then. You know where I'll be if you have anything to report. And she marches off towards the apothecaries or something.
Derek nods and away
Alright.
he goes.
So, let's have you guys start from the top. What are you doing first, Chex, a.k.a. Thaden?
Well, Faden knows soldiers of any kind of ilk like to spend their time doing sometimes unscrupulous activities, but things that are often frowned upon by the higher-ups.
Okay.
So he's going to look around, ask around to see where the gambling dens are, where brothels may be, that kind of thing.
I love it. I think it's great. Now, give me a charm roll to try and get them to join your cause. And your difficulty is going to be very simple. It's difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2.
Yep. It's not going to be easy because you're still an outsider. So average is about as difficult it's going to be.
Okay, 3 success and a threat.
All right. So I feel I'm looking at you a little bit funny. Not quite sure where to go. But then they go, if you really want to do one, you probably want to go to Anala's house. Anala's house of fun. And they point over to this rebuilt building. She's the quartermaster and she takes care of our needs, if you know what I mean. Not in a sexual way, guys. Just so you know, speech 13.
Nice. Say no more.
Gives you a thumbs up, and she's there. Gonna just make sure you speak good to the guards when you get in. If the guards don't let you in, you're not getting in. Like straight up. Make sure you know someone to get in there, or you're in trouble. All right, that's you done, and that's you found out. Next up, Dan.
So stroll towards the apothecary tents or surgeons or whatever.
Give me 1 second. You can see there's a doctor kind of person sort of around these people and like making small potions, like a small gnome, just like pouring little things over and like shaking it in. And somebody who's, oh, that's pretty bad. Puts it on it, and they're kind of making a few more. And the room is full of small beds with people lying on them.
Are they almost entirely the infected?
You'd have to ask him.
Okay. I stroll in through the tent flap and up to the gnome.
What's all this then? What's up? What's going on?
Hello, Master Gnome.
Huh?
Are you the apothecary?
You seen other gnome around here?
She just like does a look around. No.
Bloody Tosh Longshanks. Yes, I'm the apothecary. What do you want? Are you ill as well? Are you going to join these people? I've already had 2 extra come in today. I am wearing thin.
No.
Like, stop whatever it is you're eating or something.
Is that what you think it is?
I don't know. Wait, who are you? Really, what are you here? Can you sleep? Do you want sleeping pills?
No. I am Elise Rain, Marshal of the Empire, and I'm protected by the gods.
Woohoo! I'm rather high, and I'm a gnome protected by the fact that I like to drink too much.
As long as it offers you protection.
Hey, happy there. And he sticks out a hand.
I do the same.
Big, vigorous shake for him. Small shake for you. Tell me what it is you're doing here.
The commander is concerned that a significant portion of the force has been infected by something potentially magical in malady. Have you seen any unusual symptoms?
Now, make me a charm roll, difficulty 2.
Excellent. I am not great at them. So, charm? I don't see. No, there's charm. Yep, nothing.
There's charm. Okay, good.
Nothing at all.
Excellent.
What a surprise. That's 2 greens and versus 2 purples.
Yeah, you'll be fine. 2-2. 50-50.
I don't get
And
any
the one blue
advantages for having. Sorry?
For your strain. And the 1 blue for passing the strain so well.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
yeah, I
because
forgot
this is
about
the
that.
first roll since.
Yeah, do it.
I guess.
Fine. All right, fucking Liam, paying attention.
I was going to ask.
Look at that.
Dare you?
Because I was mentioning the commander, and because I don't know, paladin.
That would not give you a
marshal.
blue in this
No.
case. Nope.
Okay, off we go. There we go. 1 threat.
He looks over and he sort of like goes, "No, I don't think it's food that poisoned these boys. I reckon I have a good choice as to what it could possibly be. But no matter, I'm taking care of them now, so it should be fine."
And they're improving?
No, but they're not dying. Look, I don't know why you all think this is some kind of magical prospect that just magically hit everyone else. They're all just fine. Go talk to them. Some of them are still awake.
Very
Some
well.
are going to put under.
I shall do so. And she like treads carefully between the sick men and women. I don't.
All right. Of all the men there, the one that looks fairly sort of like all right is like this young guy. Maybe you reckon it's about 19, 20, probably fresh, just joined in, not quite sure what he's doing with his life. Thought he'd try doing this, and then he's gonna get out and then vote for Trump. He's sort of like just chilling out by his bed. He looks pale and he's breathing heavily.
Soldier,
He gets up, so he salutes.
at ease. She like pulls up a stool or something and sits down.
Do you sit backwards like most pastors?
I'm here to ask you a few questions about your current affliction.
He looks around and goes, "Sir, yes, sir."
Where were you when you started feeling this way? Did it come on
I was,
suddenly? Or-
I was in my tent, sir.
And did it come on suddenly, or did you feel
Yes, sir.
weakened?
Don't know what happened, sir. Just felt weak. Came to apothecary. Been here since, sir.
Were you sleeping?
No, sir. I was just waking up to go do breakfast. Oh, sorry. He doesn't say that. He goes, "No, sir, I was not, but it was morning."
And what had you been doing the night before?
I was on guard duty in the middle of the night, sir.
And no symptoms?
No symptoms in the middle of the night, sir.
Very well.
Dan, before you continue,
Okay.
Dan, make me a perception check, difficulty 1.
Okay.
You have 1 black die to this because 1, you made that threat roll earlier when you failed the roll in front of Rotherheim, but he's been looking at you as you've been coming in, and that gives you 1 black die for no reason. Don't worry about it for now. I'll get you.
Okay. I do have healing magic spells, so if I feel odd, I will.
You're not. No, it's
but-
perception. You're not
Okay.
dying.
So that's 2 green versus 1 purple, 1 black.
Yep.
Here we
Do
go. Nothing. Not
Nothing.
not
Nothing
one
at all?
thing. No.
All right. You aren't quite sure what he's trying to tell you. There's no real hints. It sounds like pretty much standard everywhere you go. He does seem a little bit shifty, but nothing he said you can put your finger on.
Very well. And can I I can't see any marks on him or anything.
Nope. No, with that perception roll. You definitely
Not
don't
with
see.
that. Yeah. Okay. Very well. And how long have you been here? What did you say?
2 days, sir.
And your condition has worsened?
Slightly, sir. But the apothecary takes care of it, sir.
And she looks across the other people. No one's dying from this. They just become incapacitated.
Yes, sir.
Very well. Well, if you have anything else, any other developments, I will be back.
He looks around will you, sir?
I might. And she kind of looks at him and then stands up and walks out.
All right. Before you do that, make me either a negotiation or a charm roll to see what your impression of him is.
Okay. It doesn't matter. I have 2 greens versus.
All right. Difficult 2.
Oh,
Base
God.
average difficulty. Just succeed. Problem solved.
Nope, 2 more threat.
You're just having a bad day, mate. I'm sorry.
If it's not casting spells, resisting things, or hitting people with a hammer,
It's
she's
just not your thing.
not that good.
All right.
She can
so-
coerce, but or geography for some reason, but gotta have a hobby.
As you leave, Rolheim goes, "Sorry, what's your name again?"
Elise Rain.
Elise Rain. Got it. Have a good day.
And you, if you find anything, please
You'll
report
be
it.
the first to know.
Good. And she leaves, kind of slightly puzzled, slightly frustrated look on her face.
All right. And as you step out, we're going to jump to Durek. Durek, what are you investigating?
Using my skills, knowledge of adventuring, and/or geography, could I work out where their water supply would be? Like if it's a well or a
Yeah,
river?
there are a multitude number of wells that I got around the area, because having one well is always a bad fucking plan these days, because otherwise some dumbass motherfucker might put some fucking poison in that shit and then you're all fucking dead. So there's about 3 wells around the area. You can see the main well though, the one that everyone tends to use, is in the center. Because then everyone
I'll take a look at them. I'll have a gander at the main well first, then. Just sort of looking out
Alright.
for anything that's not usual for water. I imagine I'm probably used to dealing with water, given I live on my own mostly in the middle of nowhere.
I think that's fair. Checking the water is good. The first thing you do when you check the water is that you pull some, you drink it. No, you check around the sides. The moss that grows along the outside of the water hasn't gone to the inside, so it's definitely not infected water. You look down towards it a little bit more. You check the bucket. The bucket is all perfectly in sync. You pour the water down and you lift it all up and you sniff it. And the water, you know what? Terrinoth water is always good because this is a fantasy world. And we don't have to worry about dysentery in this fucking place. It's great. And you pick it up, you like fucking take a drink or two, and you're like, feels good. It's decent water. For all intents and purposes, there's definitely nothing wrong with the water at all. And you definitely get this as you see a whole bunch of camp followers come in and they pick up water and they start pouring it in and they start having a drink and all that. And they sort of see when they give you a short little bow as they like start doing that. They start cleaning the place up and like making it fresh and getting the water to the soldiers and all of that. One of them, so like,
I'm gonna check one of the. Sorry, Karen.
One of the camp followers actually looks at you and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did you just join the army, or are you like us? Are you following the camp?"
I'm an outsider hired by General Cass. Yeah, that's her name. I'm investigating the thing where people get sick. I'm seeing if the water's anything to do with it, but it doesn't seem to be. So carry on. And then I like go away, but I imagine as soon as he speaks up, I turn around again and sigh.
Oh, okay. She goes, "Oh, well, there's clearly nothing with the water."
Do you have any idea what it may be?
Well, I don't know, but I know it's definitely not the water because we've been drinking it.
From all of the wells.
Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, only the soldiers are being ill, right?
Very good point. And I like turn to go away again. But if he talks, I'll stop and turn around.
So he goes, "Wait, don't you want to talk to us? Ask questions? Investigate?" And he looks a little bit excited because they can't follow us. So
like, I sort of sigh and say, "Do you have any of your own ideas about what's happening with these soldiers?"
I reckon all the soldiers are falling ill because the gods have forsaken us. And that they really are thinking that fighting the undead is probably the worst way to go. What we need to do is just pray to the Lord and he will save us instead. Battle is only just another way for us to be held down by the man and by the undead army. If we keep fighting, we'll just make them more soldiers. All we have to do is devote ourselves to the gods of many, Kelos himself. We give him our hearts, everyone else will be merry. All we should do is just pray our way through. And since we're not doing that, gods are punishing them.
Is that what you're doing?
Obviously, yes. That's why I follow the camp. Oh, have I not introduced myself? I'm Wilcan. I am a priest. I pray for the souls of all those who go out to fight and pray to return safely.
You have a church here?
Yes, I do. Some of the soldiers come there. And I'll tell you one thing, all the soldiers that come to my church, none of them are ill.
Sort of stands there because he doesn't like interacting with people. He hates it, but he starts standing there trying to think of anything to ask this person. Just whatever else would say. Start thinking, what would Elise say in this situation? She likes people, and she is a religious person, and he's also religious, so maybe she's better at this than I am. But he knows that she is. But he's thinking, what can I do to sort of? Could you pray for the soldiers that are already ill? Perhaps that would sort out their situation.
But I cannot help if Kelos has abandoned them. So is not my way. Great, good. So is not my way.
Okay, and then he walks away. Basically to get Alice to talk to him later because he doesn't trust him.
That's totally fair. All right. With that in mind, all three of you convene.
Alice, there's a priest guy. I can't talk to him. Maybe you could. He seems weird.
She like smirks. There can be. Strange. What did he say of our situation?
he said the water's fine, but the reason that people are ill is because the gods have abandoned us, and they're unholy or something like that. I wasn't really listening.
Potentially. Though seems a little petty, a little vindictive. Maybe one of the gods. And then she turns to Théoden. Théoden?
See, names aren't so easy to pronounce, are they?
Oh, not that great, are they, Mrs. Alice?
I connect through to myself immediately. All right.
Well, I found out where the soldiers like to spend their downtime. If we're looking for a commonality, it could be found there.
Those I talked to in the tent seemed reticent, to say the least. Perhaps that's why.
Well, if talking means getting a flogging, I'd probably keep my mouth shut as well.
What do you guys want to do?
I guess we to head to this house.
All right, so
Favours?
Anala's House of Fun, as you can tell already, is clearly not open till nighttime. So you'd have to wait. It's only late afternoon now. Nighttime will hit soon, and then it'll be open for everyone else.
And you're fairly sure that this is a common connection between those suffering?
I'm sure it's an avenue worth pursuing, whether or not they have all visited.
Well, it doesn't seem to be open yet. Is it worth you going to the apothecary and maybe just asking some of the men in a way that they wouldn't speak to me?
You think your holier than now attitude may have had something to do with it? Maybe someone more on their level?
Yeah.
Yeah, is being a scumbag going to help you better or worse? That's the question.
Scumbags are scumbags, right?
I mean, scumbag's a strong word.
I was going to go with despicable creature of the earth.
Okay.
It's got a bit of ring to it.
It may well, yes, it may well be my attitude or something else, but maybe they'll speak to you. Maybe we could talk to the priest's congregation.
You can talk to the priest congregation.
Okay, you can always, guys, those leads are there, so you can follow them. So if you want, we can send Théoden to go speak to the apothecary and there, and you, Alice, can go speak to the priest.
If Durek speaks to the apothecary and I speak to the men, my theory is Durek knows herbs and various things, so you can find out what is actually being done to treat the men.
Does he?
I mean, I'm guessing. All I know about him is he likes nature. That means I'm guessing.
My actual stats don't reflect this, but it would make sense character-wise.
My stats don't reflect this.
I don't have any points in medicine or anything, but I'd imagine having travelled throughout the lands, through the forests and the glens, I would have
I'll give you one blue. Do you have survival?
Yeah, he's got trained in it.
Yeah, that's what I represent.
Adventuring.
Yeah, you can't tell me adventuring. Doesn't make you an apothecary genius, but you know good herbal remedies when you're dying.
Nice. I know plants. I can speak to the plant guy.
Good. Well, that seems like a plan, and then we could meet in front of the House of Favours later.
House of Fun.
Welcome to the House of Fun.
Here we go again.
Fun for some, perhaps. And then she turns and walks away.
All right, let's do them. Split the party, boys. Who's going where?
I don't know that much about that kind of herb, though.
All right, who's going where?
So me to the temple, the boys to the apothecary.
All
One
right,
speaks to him directly.
Since we did Apothecary last-ish before Durek, let's do you first at the temple. You come down to this small-looking shrine, and you can see Woken, as described to you by Durek, is wearing these like long tattered robes, and these soldiers are there listening to him quietly. There's a few of them there who are off duty, and Lloyd's headphones is busted, so he has to now do some fucking shit to it because fucking my life is fucking piece of shit. God fucking damn it. So you can see, because it's still not evening time, some of those who are off duty are sitting there listening to Walker. Walker's giving this big speech about how dramatic and amazing everything is, and his hands are gesturing, and he's halfway through his talks, and he's very fire and brimstone, but he's mostly preaching about how the boys are going to go out there to die. If they have to die, they should at least worship something for they die for. And now he doesn't believe that their deaths would mean nothing, but if they just gave their lives to Kellos, he would come down and save them at the moment of need and make them Valkyries and Valhalla or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't fucking read this book yet. I just fucking got it. The sermon goes on for quite a while, so he finishes about takes a break about maybe 30 minutes in after you're there, and then he's just like collecting like tides and like cleaning up the place and making sure it's fine. And some soldiers are coming in and giving like pictures of it. He like collects these pictures from people, like about these drawings that they've done, and he like places them on the wall for like fallen soldiers and like for memories, so like people drawing their kids together and stuff like that from home. And as he's doing this, he actually spots you because you're a freaking rocking, talking paladin. So loosely, he gives you a good bow, and he's like, I see one of the faith has come to join us today.
Yes.
How goes your day? I know this yawning. How goes your day? Hope you're well. May the light bless you as it blesses us all.
I'm fine, Father, but a great many of them here are not.
That is true. Heavens be upon them. I don't know what he did across there, but Lloyd has no other symbol to do, so fuck you. Fuck it. Heavens be across them is this now. Fuck it. Yeah, what's up? Heavens be across them. Whatever.
I was informed that your congregation have not fallen to this plague.
But of course, my congregation is blessed by the light of Kellos. Nothing shall harm them as long as they believe in him.
I was hoping to speak to some of your members of the congregation, perhaps.
If you wish, Gertha, this lady with like this big muscles, sort of saunters on over, and she's like, "Yes, this man would like to speak. This lady would like to speak to you. I do apologize. You can give me your name."
Elise Rain.
Elise Rain would like to speak to you. Is that all right, Gertha? She goes, certainly, Woken. And she gives you a nod. And she looks and she smiles. She goes, hello. Are you here to listen to the word of our Lord?
Has the priest wandered off, or is he still there?
He starts going back to his duties because as far as he's concerned, everything is fine.
Okay, cool. Hello. I hear the words of many of the gods, and I hear that they've protected this congregation from the plagues.
Yes, isn't it blessed by his mercy that this doesn't happen?
Perhaps. It might just be a coincidence. I'm wondering how well you know these people who were regular this place of holiness.
She starts with the regulars, and she starts going on through the names. There's quite a few, maybe like 30, 40 people, and she's listing it up and just going on how they have not been infected at all, and everyone's looking pretty good and how healthy they are. Remember, only 10% has been put down there.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Now, because you are Alice, she would not make the connection, but you might. So make me a negotiation or charm roll difficulty 2. Because the connection is there, but it's not like you're trying to charm her, but you have to give her the chance to make that connection.
Sure. And she will be asking things like, has any member of the congregation not been around? If it was has everyone continued to, and also when the congregation is, and if it clashes, with the times that place is open, that kind of thing. Charm or whatever it was.
Negotiation.
Negotiation is It's both presents anyway, so 2 greens and what am I
I
getting?
want you to roll a failure for this because I have a perfect plan for you and it'll be great.
Okay. So what is the difficulty?
2.
2 purples. 2 greens, 2 purples. Go. Yep, failed with failure with an
That's an
advantage.
actual advantage.
So an actual
And she
failure.
goes, yes, she goes, oh, it's really good that you've mentioned the House of Fun and Flavors. Now that we're calling it Fun and Flavors, fuck it. House of Fun and Flavors. We're actually going there tonight.
Is that a regular occurrence?
Oh no, we've never been there before, but we are hoping to speak to the people there and convince them to come along. We're doing something he calls picketing.
Right.
He says he would like to go in there and speak to the manager, so we're going to stand outside of signs and say down with this sort of thing for a while.
Would that cause an awful lot of friction within a camp primed for war?
It could do, but we clearly know that Another's House of Fun is a house for gambling. And although we don't wish to disturb people about it, we can see that it's having an adverse effect upon this camp. And we think by going forward and making this line, we can make a stand. And maybe finally one of the generals could listen to us, other than General Olaf.
That's the one that didn't like us. Is he?
Yeah, he was like, fuck you guys, you guys suck.
Is he a bit of a Puritan then?
He is a little bit. He believes that he believes in our church, and he said that he's trying to join our cause. He suggested the picket line that maybe it'll get the other generals to pay more attention.
Huh.
See, you failed, but you got an advantage. So I gave you a little bit of information.
Yeah. Interesting. Very well. And she looks at. You said this girl was quite a big girl, like brawler type. Yeah.
She's wearing cases. I can't even pronounce the name of it. Those like gloves that you wear when you fight, they're like the iron.
Right.
Fucking punch someone's leg out. Yeah, just one of those. She don't fuck around.
Like a cestus thing.
That's the one, cestus.
Yeah. As long as it stays with words. And she
will not lift a hand against anyone. We are a people of peace. The people that deserve to die are the undead monstrosities out there.
She she looks at her and puts her hand on one of her arms and goes, "Good. You make sure that the father gets back."
I will. The father doesn't believe in violence in any shape or form whatsoever. He would never allow violence to be go through this town at any point. He never will. That's not a thing he would do. So I will make sure that nothing happens to him.
That's good to know, but that's not always where other people draw the line. And then she will,
back to the guys.
Yeah, basically turn and leave.
All right, back to the guys. All right, you two, let's do this. The apothecary is there, and you can already hear Rodheim has just broken the glass. He's like, oh, for the love of everything that was born today and makes its way tomorrow, why have I done this again? Get back to your goddamn bed. Oh, hello. How can I help you?
I want to speak to you about the remedies you're using for these people, and he wants to speak to the people. He points to Thaden.
I'm terribly sorry. Let me do that again. Hi, how can I help you?
I repeat what I just said, word for word.
All right, now stop right there. Stop right there. That's him talking. Stop right there. Right, so you're gonna come into my medical bay, and you're gonna tell me what to do.
No.
Now, I fully understand that you're an orc and you're used to people just being too small for you to be there, and you just trample on them. But you take one more step anywhere near this goddamn medical bay, and I will have you quartered and thrown to the end of the earth with a blink of an eye. Don't think I won't.
Is there a? I don't see it on here. Is there anything that a stat that relates to like intimidation?
Yes, coercion.
Okay, I'm gonna pick this guy up by the neck
and
say, I don't like talking to people.
I love it
because I want to help these people. So you will tell me what I ask you, and you will ask no questions. Understood.
So the difficulty for making this is his opposed discipline. Because he's a doctor, he's actually quite well disciplined. So the difficulty is 1 red, 1 purple. But I'm going to spend this destiny point to make it 2 red.
Ooh.
Because you guys need those destiny points back. And I'm here to help.
So that is 3 green, level 1 up to a yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. But I get my blue because I haven't rolled yet.
Nice.
So let's see how this goes.
You succeed.
Okay, not too bad.
You succeed, but you get 2 threat for it.
Yeah.
He looks at you and he says nothing, and then he gestures to the place. He goes, "Be my guest."
Was that to me or to Thaden?
To both of you. Like, do what you want.
I'm guessing that means he's not going to talk to me. I'm just going to have to look. I'm
I'm
guessing.
glad you're catching up.
Fade no
So
slip
I put
into
him
the-
down.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. All right,
You go
so Thaden, you first.
Fade no slip into the portion
Yeah.
of the place where the sick.
No problem. You see Izuma is the only one still up, and he's just by his bed making it quietly, just gently making the bed.
I'll grab a nearby seat, pull it over, and sit down beside the opposite side of the bed.
Mhm.
And I'll be cocky and put my feet up on the bed as he's making it.
He sees you go down. He's like, excuse me, you've messed up my bed.
That's all right. You're not sleeping now anyway.
I was planning. What do you want?
Well, there's a lot of sick people around here. Don't know if you've
Yes.
noticed.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to find out what the hell's going on.
Are you a soldier, sir?
Technically, no. I'm an adventurer.
And he nods to you, and he goes, "Well, if you must know, everyone's just falling ill, and they don't know why.
Yeah.
Are you my doctor?
Do I look like a doctor?
I didn't think so.
If I was your doctor, I'd be very worried. Listen, I know soldiers get up to things in their downtime. Drinking, gambling, all the good stuff. And I ain't here to rat anybody out. I'm just trying to find a common link. Someplace you've all been at one point or another. That's all. I mean, none of this information is going to leave.
All right, make me a charm roll. However, give yourself 2 black die for asking him a tough question and for your terrible first impression. But you're good at cool, so it's not bad. And upgrade your difficulty. Oh, sorry, difficulty is only because he's disciplined, but not that much. Difficulty is 2 purple, but it's now 1 red, 1 purple.
1 red, 1 purple.
Yeah, he's disciplined because he's a soldier, but he's not like perfect. He's just still working on it. He's still young and kind of easily manipulated.
Okay. Let's double check I've got that right.
Woo! Triumph,
Oh,
which is great. Triumph is something great happens and you succeed, but there's a penalty for it with 2 of those. Derek, why have you giving yourself like 3 black die there? You need to clear that.
I don't know how to get rid of it. I thought if I clicked on it and get rid of it, and
I'm looking. How do we get rid of it?
I realized that I used the wrong stat for coercion, but then I also didn't roll my blue, so I figured it's probably just equals out.
Yeah, fine. It's already done anyway. I noticed it's so good. You have fun figuring out how to remove that, by the way. Have fun with that. I'm a wait out. You have fun. You enjoy. All right. So 2 failures on the social check. what's the game in type? What are the choices I get for this? Okay, so you start talking to him basically, like Grace is saying. He looks down, and he looks up, and he goes, I went somewhere last night before I got ill.
I'm listening.
I was Oh, Dan, can we not hear you?
No, you can. I was just testing things out on the sheet.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe I would have a moment, and a few friends invited me to the House of Fun and Flavors on ours.
And your friends, are they looks around and here as well now?
Yes, one fell ill yesterday and he's over there, and the other one fell ill today and he's a bit further back. But we thought it'd be okay because General Onaf approved it.
It was approved? Don't they generally frown upon that kind of behaviour from...
It's something General Onaf is trying to get people to do, to loosen up a little bit more and have a bit of fun. He even gives us funds for doing the gambling so we don't lose our own money. He thinks maybe General Cass is a little bit too serious, so he tries to help us all be a bit freer and do our own thing. It's why he's been here the whole time, and he's sort of been working it.
I find that a bit odd because we had a passing run-in with him and he didn't seem like a fun guy.
Maybe you're not a fun person. I don't know. Maybe if you stop putting your boots on my goddamn bed, maybe he probably treat you nicer. Maybe if you were a soldier, he'd probably treat you nicer. Maybe if you stop asking really stupid questions to me, maybe a bit nicer. He says, a little bit of fire in his voice.
Well, someone gets cranky when they're tired, don't they?
I've had a long day. I don't like questions. Can you leave now, please?
Yeah, sure. And I'll stand up and I'll walk over the bed to leave.
And you see him sigh and look at the bed. All right. You come back to join Durek. Durek, what are you doing during this time before I continue?
Probably whilst he's away, I'll probably just be looking, because I figured this guy's not going to answer any of my questions, so I'm just going to have to sort of work it out myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just taking a look at all the remedies he's kind of making up,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of judging, okay, here's the plants he's using, here's what would probably be, and deciding whether that would be a good choice or whether there's something better, or if he's like actively making it worse, anything of that sort of nature.
I love it. Make me a survival difficulty 3 roll with 2 black die, because this is not your forte.
Yeah, and
How'd you clear the dice?
I clicked initiative and it made me a little black X and then it was gone. It was amazing.
Really?
I don't know how I did it. That's all I did. I just clicked the initiative and all the dice went and it was amazing.
Oh, wow. Or maybe it stays until someone takes initiative or something. Cool.
That's what I figured.
Fuck me. I have got to figure out a way to get that screen here. Like here. I wish I could take this app with me to fucking UK Games Expo. It's Sky Jedi. Who the fuck are you? Like, I want your fucking children. Okay, carry
on. Would anyone be mad about me using a destiny point just because I kind of want to guarantee that we get this?
No, who gives a fuck what they think?
Do what you want.
Go for it if you want.
Fuck it.
By the way, I discovered on my character sheet I've got a once per session I can add destiny point.
I've got the same because we're both human.
Yeah, because we're both human.
Oh, is that a human? Okay.
Okay, right, here we go. Nope.
Wow.
All right.
Real wrong for you.
Man. The dice did not fucking like you today, boy. All right, so you take a look. You take a look over to try and like spot something really cool, and you're like, you can't see fucking shit. You're like, what even is this fucking apothecary shit? But then you pause and you look at the base ingredients, and you sort of work out something in your head. They're definitely for healing, but one of the ingredients is less heal and more like incapacitate, like almost like an induced coma,
Okay, so like a sleeping agent almost.
like a sleeping agent.
What's the name of it?
First roots.
Okay.
Named after the guy. Named after what's called Fred Linkuth, who used to take it a lot in order to handle being able to just basically sleep all the time. And that's what he used to do. He used to bite it, fall asleep, wake up, get up, bite it, lived in a hamlet, slept through an entire winter like that to survive a hibernation.
Svertrud, okay? I know the guy's probably not going to answer. I have to bung it in the chat so I can pronounce it.
No, you have to fucking loud say this out loud. Life sucks. That's what you get. And bang.
Okay. So I'm even though I figure he's probably not going to answer me, I'm going to ask him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you using Svertrud? It's a sleeping agent.
Yes, some of these people are really ill. I want to make sure they don't wake up and hurt themselves.
He doesn't really trust him, but that's a decent enough argument. So he's not going to argue it.
Against that. Why are you asking about first root?
Seems unusual. Surely you would want these people healed, not necessarily sleeping.
Are you an apothecary?
I have my own thoughts.
Well, why don't you keep them to yourself? And why don't you keep them to those guards behind you? As you say this, you hear footsteps approaching.
I just sort of stink eye him and walk out. Like nothing happened. I try and be as calm as physically possible.
Cool. You come out to General Onaf standing there with 4 guards around him. And he goes, you are the adventurers that have been going around asking questions recently.
What's it to you?
It's pretty simple. We've thought maybe you might need a guide, someone to help you in your case and move things forward. I have assigned these 4 men to give you as much help as you possibly want. And to ensure that when you're asking questions, that people are around who can hear, who can help verify your story.
I think we have everything we need, thank you.
And you will take these guards with you as insurance then?
I wait for Thaden to pop into the picture because I don't like talking to people.
I'm just
staring him down.
Thaden, you come out as well.
Yeah, I appear from the darkness of the tent. Nah, I don't think so.
Well then, I have no choice but to ask you to leave.
Nah, I don't think so.
He looks at you, he smiles, and he goes, are you willing to defy my word? I've already cleared the general cast. It's the only way you're allowed to stay.
Do you have written orders to that effect? Otherwise,
I don't need written orders. I'm a goddamn general.
Yeah, we're just lowly adventurers, sure. But we were given orders from someone higher up than you. So until you present us with
the same rank. Dude, the same rank.
They're the same rank?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was the leader of the camp, yeah?
Yeah, you can try and say she's the leader and go for that.
Yeah, I'm just going to go for that then.
That sounds fair. I think I'm allowing you a straight up coercion to see if you can just make him back off, and I'll give it to you. Difficulty is 2 red, 1 purple.
But nah, I'm not going to make this in.
Well, you're the one going, yo, fuck you, General. And he's like, okay, fucking come at me, bro. You might make it. You never know.
Highly unlikely. 2 red, 1 purple, you said, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I will be nice to you because your strength is witty. So you get 1 extra blue die.
Ooh. That could make all the difference.
It did.
Oh, very good.
Just succeeded. Wow, but no successes though. So you see him start to make some kind of point, like he's about to force it on you and basically kick you out. And then he sort of pauses, and then he looks back as Rainholm walks out behind you guys, and he looks down, he scrolls his eyes, and he goes, we'll see about this. And then he turns his men up and he walks off.
Rainholm was the gnome, right? The apothecary.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll look down at the gnome. Friend of yours?
Don't talk to me. And he goes back inside.
They're just all so cheery in this camp, aren't they?
Dude, you have been an asshole to everyone. Don't fucking start with me. They're not taking your shit.
that was in character.
Do I know where I could find something that would be better than Firth's route?
Not right now, no. Not while in the middle of a camp, in the middle of nowhere.
One of
You have to
Alice's
leave
sermons.
and go get them.
One of Alice's sermons.
Alice's sermons is finished, so you guys can met up together.
He was saying that I was boring, would put them to sleep.
Oh, okay. All right, guys, you guys all meet up together again.
So I was speaking with the congregation. They plan this evening going to the House of Favours and petitioning it, apparently to cease its activities. Though they don't believe in violence, I think they might have been put up to it by that disapproving general.
We just had an encounter with him as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and his name came up with the House of Fun as well. Apparently he was encouraging the men and soldiers to go there. Even had funds so they didn't spend their own money.
Huh.
If only he was so generous to us.
It seems he's playing both sides. Now, how do we accuse a general in the middle of a camp?
Catch him in the act. He's got to be colluding with someone to be able to pull this off.
You think someone at the house?
Or the church.
Hmm.
If he's playing both sides, he needs to talk to one of them at some point. And no matter what the story he's spinning is, as long as we know what bullshit he's throwing out there, we can use it against him.
Well, we may be able to go back to the church and find some sort of evidence of communication, or even
you doubt they keep records of who they talk to.
I wondered if there was going to be some letter or something, or I don't know.
No. Also, you'd have to get it from the church. Hi, this guy, I really need this general on-life signature thing. It's really important if you get it from me. Like, how are you going to do that?
I don't know. I have a skulldugger like here with all his tricks. Maybe he's had some sort of communication with the house, or does he keep it to just the soldiers? Maybe we need some sort of evidence or a witness, like you say.
I mean, we have a witness. Because we have, what's his face? The ill soldier we've spoken to. He admitted that General Loki had put them up to it, more or less.
Mm.
So we could go to Cass and say there is something afoot. It's going down tonight. Do I have any reading on how she might react to that, or if she probably expects something more?
You're not sure, but she'll probably ask if you could if it was got evidence or something like that. But if you give her the people, you can use the people as evidence and be like, those guys will tell you the truth.
I mean,
one soldier's hearsay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even with paperwork, she'll still need she'll need another soldier to confirm it. So if you asked Wilcan to turn up and tell her, then maybe yes.
So I could speak to the priest, and
I'll probably do it.
Okay. Do we need someone from the other side to corroborate beyond the soldier, or just the common soldier might do?
I don't know. Maybe you.
Well, that was more just kind of asking.
General question.
Yeah.
The thing is, if these people are getting ill, they've had some kind of agent introduced to them.
We might be able to find evidence of it at the house.
Well, what I would say is let the picket happen, because if the congregation are all picketing, the church is empty-ish, and that makes it easier to search. Even if you want to pick up a picket and join them, blend in for a while. Meanwhile, the rest of us, or at least I can, get into the House of Fun, find out what the deal is in there.
I'm happy enough to search. I'm happy enough to search through the church. Whilst it's empty.
It would cause the best distraction, that's true, but do you think it would be too late? And whatever he's planning, if he plans to ignite some sort of tension and use it as an opportunity.
Well, maybe in that regard, it's best to warn the general Cass first and foremost of our suspicions.
Okay. I think that seems reasonable. If we at least give her a heads up and then...
Say something might happen. Just be aware of it, be on your guard.
Mm-hmm. And then we go about that plan.
All right. Remember, General Cass is a do things first, ask questions later kind of person. So her reaction might be to actually do something. That much you can pick up from her.
Okay.
Just remember that before you go speak to her, because otherwise, I don't want you to be like, well, I didn't tell me this character can do this. I'm like, well, kind of what you do.
Is it worth trying to get into the house before it opens? I don't know what time it is now and how much time we have, but
it is sun is setting, so you can see it's starting to have people like sort of coming in and setting it up.
I mean, I can go to the church and try and ask if they some sort of statement or something from the priest.
Or you can go speak to Cass directly right now. All those options are good options.
Yeah. But she might do something. But maybe if she oversteps her mark, that was the plan.
Get her out of power by
causing some sort of getting her to act on something before she knows what's going on. I say we try to gather evidence first.
Okay.
So what'd you do?
Can I go talk to the priest again, or get some sort and like try and get an idea of his communication with the general, and if there is anything actually in paperwork?
Let's do it. We'll do it in that. What are the two of you doing?
Jurik's going to go wherever he's told to go. He's had enough interaction with people for one day.
I mean, if like you're the, I know you might not be necessarily in terms of your stats, but compared to the others here, you might be like the nature expert. So maybe you'll be best at the house with sneaking in or something.
Yeah.
With Thaden and
I can do a sneak.
Cool. And try and find some sort of evidence of what they're spiking stuff with.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Cool.
They're spiking it with first shoot. That's going to be a whole thing.
Nah, it's probably some kind of laxative.
All right, so let's do the church.
After all,
let's do the church first. Okay, Dan.
Okay.
Wilkin is there getting the pickets ready and like building some wood, hammering it in with nails exist in this world, and like giving people the sign says down with that sort of thing, and gamble no, money yes, or some shit like that. No, passing it to people, making sure they're all good. I have the hiccups. And he sees you coming and goes, you have joined us again, Miss Rain. Guys, we are blessed by Elisa's presence. Are you going to be joining us? And what's going to speak to what are the little Kellos today? And he readies the sign. You're here to join us, right?
I will be, but after I've spoken to you in private. I won't take much of your time.
Oh, do I have your word?
That I will stand outside that house of Favours, yes.
Oh, then certainly. Come along. Please continue. Goethe sort out the pass. She goes, yes, sir. And he comes over and he's like, how can I help you?
So, when I was speaking to your congregation previous, they mentioned that you have been contacted by one of the generals.
Yes, I have.
And that he expressed his dislike or disinterest towards this house of fun.
That is true. Yes, he did.
And that he wished you to pick it and make a show of it outside.
Yes, that's the thing he asked.
How true to his faith do you believe him to be?
100%.
You sure?
Yes, of course. He would never lie to us. But a true and honest man.
When did he speak to you? Was it in private? To your congregation? Or is there a message?
Make me a perception roll. Difficulty 2 purple.
It's going to be another 2 green versus 2 purple.
Fuck yeah!
Boom. Nope, double failure.
He looks like he looks and he goes, oh, like some kind of letter would be good?
Yes. I'm just curious how he's corresponded with you.
If you give me a minute, I can find it in here.
Very well.
I mean, it would be good if we had some help putting the packets up. He says, looking at you and your hammer with his arms folded.
I would be happy to help after I've seen this letter.
Well, and he sort of goes, yeah, sure. Wait, that's not bargaining. If I make you do it before I show you the letter, then you have to help.
Wait, he wants me to create the pickets or set it up outside of the house?
Create the pickets, help them hammer them in.
Outside of the house before being given the letter?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's in the and they're bigger in the shrine.
Oh, right. Okay. How long will that take?
About 15, 30 minutes.
Okay.
A good time waster.
I will then try and press this, even though I have terrible of everything.
No, that's the failure you rolled.
Oh, right. Okay.
Bargain. Yeah, you're not like, I need it now. It's like, nope.
Oh no, I was going to reveal the connection that I feel he has, the general has with the opposition. But okay, I will hammer pickets for half an hour.
There you go. You're like, I hate not having any stats in communication.
But like, I am the most reasonable person to talk to him of our party when there's an orc and a thief. But I literally have no ability to
actually speak. Life sucks.
All
right, so you finished. By the time you're like 20 minutes in, he comes out, goes, "Have your letter for you," and he takes it out. It was buried somewhere in the back. I don't really keep track of all the papers. We move so much. Being a camp follower is hard.
And this, and I look at the contents.
All right, so it says there's a lovely little written poem at the beginning, which is taken from one of the books of Kelos. And then after that is him saying, I believe in the church and I really think we should do some well, but Cass just will not back me up on this. If you protest tonight, I will give you full support and she will have to change her mind about having it there.
So when the letter is in her hand and she reads it and she folds it up and she is in the process of tucking it away somewhere safely on her person when she turns to him and goes, I've heard reports that the general has actually been funding the business of fun with his own funds, not the soldiers. He's encouraged and given them permission.
I'm sorry, what?
This is what I've heard from the soldiers themselves, that they've been paid to go there, paid to enjoy the services, at the same time that he has, well, petitioned his faith towards you, I believe that you might actually be in danger if you go to him.
No, that can't be true. He's always been good to us. He'd never lie to us.
Perhaps he's always been good to a great many people, whoever benefits him most.
They look so devastated for a second. And then Guth's like, Pastor Wilkin, anything wrong? And he looks over, goes, nothing's wrong. Let's continue burn the pickets, my dear. And goes, yes. And they start continuing. And he looks and he goes, I know you're a woman of faith, so I should tell you this honestly. I am not a man to back down from my word. If what you say is true, then maybe this is some kind of trap that he has laid. But I believe that Kilos will see me through. I'm still going to petition to be allowed inside. And if you excuse me, I hate to say this, but I cannot ask you to join us.
She puts a hand on his shoulder and goes, Father, I support your position. If you wish to still endanger yourself for your faith, it is what I do every day. But with this warning, hopefully you will persevere.
He taps your hand gently, and he nods.
The gods be with you. And she leaves them to their business.
All right. And the two of you, Durak and Thaden, what are you doing?
I believe we're heading to the House of Fun.
All right. So the House of Fun is opening slowly and getting people together. You can already see the two guards in front of it, guarding it. Are you going to try and go in, or are you going to wait for Alice to bring the information up before you try to go in?
I'm trying to remember.
Or are you going to investigate around it and watch who goes in and out?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking I might have a look around it, see if there's any entrances that we might be able to make use of.
All right, give me a perception roll. Difficulty is three purple, but you know what? 2 purple, 1 red.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I'm actually quite good at perception. That's good.
Just
2
succeed.
purple, 1 red.
Yeah, just succeed. Problem solved.
Simple as that.
What's my cunning? I'm stupid.
Lemon squeezy.
1, 2, 3. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt.
Look at that success. Oh, look at that horrible. Okay, you look around to try and find an entrance anyway, and you find 3. There is an entrance, which is the cellar entrance. There's a back door that you can open up to go down into the cellar to get inside. You find the main door is to go into front, and then you find a kitchen door, which is to the left side, that you can go in single file. All 3 areas are guarded. But with your triumph, I will allow you 2 options. 1, you can find a place that will not be guarded, or 2, you can see someone going in who shouldn't be there.
Should we go for the distraction, or should we go for the different exit entrance?
No, it's your roll.
You prick. Let's find another entrance. I feel that if we cause a distraction, it's just going to cause more problems.
No, distraction. No, it's not a distraction. You either find an entrance that isn't, one of the entrances isn't guarded of your choice. So you can choose to go in there when you decide to go in at any time, or the entrances are guarded, but as you're watching the door, you see someone who shouldn't be there going in.
Yeah, I think make the cellar entrance unguarded.
All right.
I feel like if there's going to be poison anywhere, it's probably there or the kitchen. But I feel like the cellar is where there's
pretty fair. You may regret this choice later.
That's fine.
Well, screw it. I'm going to go with my original plan, because here's what I'm going to do. Jurek can go in the back way, and I'll go in the front.
Are you going in now without Alice?
I assume this took us a good half hour of watching to find out. Yeah, so
I always plan to stand outside of the picket anyway and be distraction, because I think I walk in there and everyone's going to just look at me. So that's why I sent you 2.
Well, you have the letter, which is also proof, so you could talk to General Cass with that.
It's like half the proof. So I was hoping that they'll find the second half of it, of the foul play, and then we could bring like a full case. Gives them something to
Sounds
do.
fair. Oh, you rolled 3 disadvantages, didn't you? Okay. And I've locked it. All right. What do you want to do, you two? You two are going to sneak in? You're going in the back, and you're going to the front or side, there, Aiden?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Jurek for all that pouch of coins we got for killing the necromancer.
He hands it to you. He's got no much use for gold.
Okay.
And I'm just going to leave. No, it's more of a just in case. It's a plan B. So I'm going to the front.
All right. You come within the front, and they come up to you, and they sort of almost stop you. They get in the way, and they go, "You're not a soldier."
Is it that obvious?
Yes.
Yeah, but I am under here from General's orders in the camp. So I'm as good as a soldier, aren't I?
They look at each other and go, "If you're not a soldier, you have to pay to get in."
No, I don't mind paying to get in. I'll win the money back anyway.
And they hand it the hand, and you can hand them some amount of money of your choice. That means whatever it's supposed to be. We're not really worried about how much.
Sure.
It's entry fee. You pay, you go inside, and you can see that party's in full swing. People are passing out coins, and like it's like one of those like half things where one half is on this side and they're rolling dice, and the other half is like going, "Oh no!" And then they're rolling dice, and half is going, "Oh no!" It's like an opposed roll thing that's going on, and there's like drinks and meat and food, and it's actually quite lively. Everybody like screaming and crying. Someone's throwing their money down, like, god damn it. And friends are chatting amongst each other and drinking. There's a couple making out in the corner because, like, fuck it, why not? It's a good night. And you can see there's a lady who's like giving instructions and helping everyone up on the area. She's standing at the top on a balcony and like instructing people in this small building carefully around the area. And they're sort of like giving up instructions and stuff like that.
I assume she's guarded, at least.
No, she has no guards on her.
No?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, in that case, I will shove my way through the crowd.
All right. She goes into one looks like a private room with like a paper door that she sort of slams shut. So you can see her silhouette, and you see she's there talking to someone who fits the silhouette and look of Onathath.
Okay. I don't want to be obvious and stand outside the door and listen. Is there a room next door?
There is a room next door.
I'm going to see if I can slip into that room.
All right. If you'd like to listen, make me a perception check. Difficulty 2 red, 1 purple. Because they're trying to be quiet.
Perception, you said. Cunning. It's not going to be good. Yeah.
All right, but you did get an advantage. You hear them talking amongst each other, like carefully, and then you hear her go, "Are you sure this plan will work?" And you hear Ontat's voice go, "Yes, the picketers will be here picketing. At the same time, the people will be here doing their balancing. We shall slip the first root within their drinks, and then we shall ensure that every single one of them is passed out. And while they're passed out, we shall take all of their money and their belongings. What about the illness that comes afterwards? That's a side moment. We don't have to worry about that. That's fine. You ensure you do your part. I'll ensure I do my part. Everything is fine." And she's like, "Well, clearly, I will not work with you unless I have this in writing. I do not want to be trapped. If you were to simply walk out, it'd be fine." And he sort of goes, "Fine. I will ensure that you have the writing here." And you hear like paper being scribbled, and he passes it to her. You hear it being passed over and goes, "This is it is in my signature. If you show this to any of my men, it will prove that I have done this. Now, please excuse me. You hear a door open and close.
Do I still hear someone within the room, or do I think they both left at the same time?
You don't hear anything else.
Okay. I'll give it 5 minutes or so before opening the door and peeking out. Make sure the coast is clear.
You see the lady is standing there. She's leaning over the edge of the balcony, and you see she's got like a piece of paper strapped to her belt. She's wearing like this long flowing dress.
Perfect. I will slide out of the room and come to the balcony beside her and kind of lean over.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't look at her or say anything to her.
All right. She turns to you and she goes, I hope the night isn't bothering you, dear adventurer.
On the contrary, I'm having a time of my life.
As one should. Welcome to my humble abode. I keep it a tight ship, but I hope you enjoy the festivities within.
Oh, thank you very much. Say, who is that man over there? And I'll point to some random stranger across.
She starts leaning over to look.
That's when I'm going to pick her pocket.
All right. Because she's distracted, what's called difficulty is 1 black. And because it's a black and not a purple, it's free. You just do it. So she's like, I don't see anyone.
Sorry, I don't need to make a roll for that?
Nope, because difficulty is 0.
Okay. I was expecting. Yeah, I've slipped that into my own pocket. I've lost them now. They must have lost them in the crowd. No matter. It was a familiar face.
Oh, all right. Well, please, I'm here to help if you need anything.
Yeah, much obliged. I think it's time to go and roll some dice, have some drinks.
Do have fun. And she lets you carry on. Durek, what are you doing?
I'm in the cellar looking for anything that shouldn't be in the cellar.
All right.
So I'm assuming there's like wine and stuff all over the place.
That sounds pretty fair. Before you continue, checks. What is Thaden doing?
Fading.
You've got what you need. Are you gonna stick around just for the lulz, or are you gonna get the fuck out of there before shit gets real?
No, I think I know where Durek is. That's the thing. But do I leave him hanging?
How selfish are you?
Again.
You've played in the fucking bit now.
Yeah, I've committed to make it as well.
All right, cool.
I mean, you could just because he's a rogue have a drink or two and actually play a game. Just read the room, or you could just leave.
No, I'll just leave.
All right, you come outside with no problem whatsoever, and you meet up with Alice with the papers.
Ta-da!
What have you got there?
The other half of the proof we need. Or one half of the proof we need. I don't know about yours.
She pats like her, I don't know, pouch, pocket, something. The priest was most forthcoming with his correspondence, though it hasn't dissuaded him from picketing. Though he did not disbelieve me, he still feels the need to prove his faith. So I haven't managed to stop whatever plan is in motion yet. And she's like saying that while reading what do the papers make out to her?
The papers make out that anyone, what's called the gambling den, is entirely his doing, and anyone who would go against it should answer to him.
Okay. That seemed quite convenient. You're always so good at this kind of thing. And she's like folding it up. Where's Durek?
Haven't seen him.
I'd like her eyes narrow. Does it then cut to Durek or?
First up, make me a perception check, Dan. Difficulty is 4 purple.
Oh my god! For whether this letter is entirely forged.
No.
Okay. I just have to find the right thing. 4 purple. My perception is terrible.
But you might roll really well. Also, if you want to spend some story points, now's the potential.
I could. I don't know how much to beat 4 purple, really. I'll spend a story point. And
yeah, do it. Get the XP.
To a yellow. Roll. That is
right.
a
failure, triumph.
1 failure, 2 threaten, a triumph.
All right. So what do you want to do before we continue and come back to Durek? Do you want to go wait for Durek, or do you want to go represent the information to Cass? Because Durek might be in trouble.
What was my perception? Does that have a bearing on my next action?
No, because you failed. It's just that you had a triumph, and I'm going to give it to you later.
Okay. I think that she has had to get you. Well, we have the evidence to go and bring Cass, but also she's had to look after Durek, and it's already been established that she probably has to pull this orc out of hot water so many times that.
I was going to say, how useful has Durek really been to you?
I know, but she probably like. I mean, I rescued you from that tower, so I imagine she has this urge to go rescue you from yet another situation. But whether to go get Cass first.
I seem to remember I was the one that did the rescuing.
I mean, you shot. We're not having a discussion.
We're not discussing this right now. All right, you don't get a say. You don't get a say.
But
back off.
Left him entirely. Oh. Tell you what, she pulls out the letter, adds it to the evidence, and then proffers it towards you. You go get Cass, and I'll go get Durek.
Yeah, okay.
All right. How are we gonna go get Cass?
I think this is the time.
Oh, sorry, my bad. No. That's easy. You're just gonna go find her. Fuck it. That's
but I will be dodging in between tents and things.
Oh, cool. You're like stealthy. Yeah. All right. Dan, how are you gonna get Durek?
No idea.
How am I gonna do this?
He didn't tell me where he went in or how he went in, so I know
you could go in there and do some gambling and hope for the best.
I will. So I might do like a once around, but that is not my specialty, and then I'll probably go in the front door.
Are there now guards at the cellar? Have the guards like come back?
Not yet. I haven't dealt with you for a reason. Don't worry, I'm coming to you in a minute. All right, Dan, you go through the front door. Once again, the guards are like, no, the guards see you because you are worshiper of Alice. And they go, you are not a soldier. You have to pay to get in.
You would make a marshal of the Empire pay. I am not here for the favors within that hall.
Then you can't come in. I apologize. We are under protection of General Kath. Kuth. I forgot his name. Look at again, but I write Onath. There we go.
And I'm the protection of the Empire.
Okay, motherfucking no coercion then. Let's see if you can fucking tell them what the fuck to do. Difficulty 2.
I have a yellow dice, finally. Coercion will, and then 2 green versus 2 purple. I'm just checking that I don't have any. No. All of my traits are to do with combat.
Samers.
Roll. Oh, come on!
Pay the money! And they put out their hand.
I didn't fail.
Yeah, you didn't fail, so they didn't kick you out, but you didn't succeed, so you're not going anywhere. So they just go pay the money. You reckon you can't talk your way through, but you can still pay to get in.
Oh, she just like glares at the both of them, and pays. I guess pays the money into one of their
All
hands,
right.
but she
Durek.
doesn't like any of it.
I don't like it when you say my name like that.
Durek, the cellar is dark and full of whole bunches of wines and beers and stuff. People are moving back and forth around the area, and it's quite busy. What do? You see, you're looking around, seeing anything else doesn't belong, right?
That's the plan, yeah.
Make a difficulty.
Are there people here in the cellar with me?
There are some people coming up and down, grabbing stuff and taking upstairs.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm going to be as stealthy as physically possible whilst also looking for stuff.
Well, no need to make a stealth roll because you're already in, and you can just wait till everyone's gone and look around again. Difficulty 4 check.
For stealth?
Perception.
Oh, sorry. I'm with you now. That's fine. I'm still good at that. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Fuck. Okay.
Dice have cancelled out. Get fucked.
That could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Hey, be happy you got that. Okay. You take a look around to try and find something, anything, any kind of clue. But the people coming in are just constantly bugging you, and it's just really annoying. There's a moment. Okay, you've canceled the dice, so I should give you a choice. I should just switch between two. You can spend a good hour looking, and you will find something. But who knows what your party is doing in that hour?
I'm not coming to save me, apparently. What's my other option?
The other option is to find fuck all and have nothing, and basically have wasted your time.
I love the way you said that.
It's up to you.
An hour. There's another point. Do I see like any connection to the kitchen?
Yes. At some point you will. But you have to go in
3 people, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, how good's my acting chops? Could I like fake being like
dude,
hand?
I'm looking at
grab like a bottle of wine and just fucking walk through?
So I'm looking at your character sheet right now. I'm gonna say don't give up your day job.
What's my acting stat?
Well, if you want to act, it's gonna be deception, right? That is 0. Using cunning, so you might be able to do it. But 3 purple, 3 green. It's worth a shot. But remember, it means you won't find a secret special thing in the cellar.
I don't like the way you said that. An hour, the pictoling have started, right?
Yep, the pickers already started. Yeah, pickers already started in an hour. Up to you.
But that's not necessarily a problem for you.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it might actually make my job easier because everyone will be out like, what the fuck's going on out there? I'm going to spend the hour. Fuck it.
Do it. All right.
Sneak into a cellar and just, well, I'm out.
You search everywhere. You're taking your time. You're looking through. You're like, anything. Find some stuff. You find some firth roots, which you're like quite surprised by. Like, all right, this is news that you fucking killed it. You're like, okay, I found the clue I need. Yes, this would be enough to save the day. I'm gonna take this back to Alice, and she would love me. All right. And you make your way to stop out. But as you make your way to stop out, you pause and you look down. The barrels, the kegs are like sideways. The big kegs on sideways. One of the kegs' legs. One of the keg's legs doesn't match the barrel. Like the leg is out of place.
You know I'm moving that leg.
You shift it and the lid of the barrel shifts.
What's in the barrel?
You pull the barrel. There is a stairway going down.
Oh, shit. Do I explore this on my own, or do I find my friends to go get it?
Be brave.
What's your stealth check?
I'm gonna go in the cellar. I'm gonna go further down. Fuck it.
Woo! I think that's ballsy. I'm gonna do this. So, cutting back upstairs. Alice, you come in and you start doing a bit of gambling. You can hear the picketing is going on outside. People are getting a little bit disturbed and they're not quite sure why, what's going on. And you start to gamble away. You doing a little bit of gambling before you start storming the place?
I'm not doing any gambling. She wasn't partaking in anything in here. I basically was going to walk in and look for the orc, and then maybe start asking around. But
you look around for the orc, can't see anyone. You see this lady with this lovely long flowing hair leaning on the bar, watching around. She looks at you, and then she sort of gestures for you to come upstairs.
Well, I imagine I can't find him here, and she looks in charge, so I will follow.
She invites you into her room, which is this like lovely area, beautiful tea set in front, and she kneels in front of the tea set, and she gestures for you to join her. And she's like, "I have heard a minstrel of the cloth who protects the empire has come to my establishment, and I would like to break bread with you, if that's all right."
Very well. Much more inviting than the guards you have outside. They don't seem to value me quite as much.
Value is only in the eye of the beholder. Trust me, as someone who runs a gambling den, I understand what that means. And she starts to make her tea, and she starts putting it down, and she starts passing it to you and offering you some food as well to eat. As she continues, she goes, "I understand also that people like you do not come to my abode very easily.
No.
May I ask why you're here? Are you eating or drinking anything?"
I mean, like me, I wouldn't as a player. I'm just trying to. She has lots of discipline and like vigilance and stuff. So I think she's. Or I could make a roll. I think she's wise enough not to. That something is going on, and that the people that come out of here are poisoned. So I think she wouldn't.
So she continues, and she stares at her cup, and she stops. She goes, "Of course, you are welcome to not drink the tea if you believe it's poisoned. But it makes you feel any better." She takes your cup, and she sips it herself. "There is nothing wrong with this one."
I guess that she relents a little bit and will, because I imagine breaking bread and things is a powerful tradition.
It is
in this, so she will then relent and do so.
It's really good tea.
Good. She will be. So the reason I've come is that I was looking for one of my companions. Have you seen the orc? I don't know how common orcs are. I presume he's like basically one of the only ones. Or
they're not that common, but they're common enough that we would recognize one that we hadn't seen before.
Right.
You think he's somewhere in this building?
Yes, goes by the name of Durek. He was
search the building. There's an orc somewhere hiding, probably. He says to some guards, and they go out to go search. I'm sure he'll be here soon. Don't you worry.
Hiding?
As he continues,
I didn't presume him to be hiding.
Well, they haven't seen him. And he just went, is he hiding? I don't know. Find out he's hiding anywhere. Could be under a chair, could be drunk, could be in the cellar hiding and see the place not supposed to be in.
Sure. If she presumed that he was hiding, that was something. But
yeah. I'm thinking what she would think if you told her there was an orc in here somewhere, and she doesn't know. She knows you're orc and she hasn't seen him.
Okay.
And she's like, he'll be hiding somewhere. But he doesn't. It doesn't mean that she's like, yep, he's in the cellar. Find him.
Sure.
She looks over and she goes, is there anything you'd like to know?
Well, I'd like to know what benefit it has of yours for the people to leave this place worse than they found it.
I was really hoping you would bring that up. I was hoping we could just have nice tea together. We're going to cut the scene there for dramatic purposes. Checks. Thaden arrives at the general's office, and the general, Cass, and the other generals are there, and Onath is like protesting, yelling at, "This is a stupid plan. We can't stop the undead this way. That's a better plan than this. Do you have any other better ways you could do things?" As you arrive.
I will, assuming I have gained admittance into the tent and whatnot.
Yeah, no, getting things like that. That's no problem.
Yeah. I will just cockily stride up to the table with the two letters and slam them on top of the map. that they're currently looking at.
Olaf's like, what are you doing? How dare you interrupt us?
Ignoring him. We have discovered what's behind the mystery illness going through your camp. And more importantly, who's behind it?
Olaf's like, how dare you speak in front of her? Who do you think you... Quiet, General. What do you mean?
Well, he that doth protest too much might be trying to hide something.
What are you talking about?
You'll see from these 2 letters, one to the church, one to the House of Fun, that he has been colluding with both sides. Pretty much an attempt to, well, petty robbery, really. Nothing befitting a general.
Cass takes both papers and she unrolls them and she starts looking at them both. And she looks up and she looks at the general. And he's like, and then now make a persuasion check, please. Difficulty is 1 purple because you have the evidence. It's in front of you. And like you're literally going, hey, check this shit out.
You can use a story point if you want.
Persuasion?
Yep.
Coercion?
Not coercion. No. No, sorry. It will be charm.
Charm.
Oh, actually, no. Coercion makes sense for you because you're like, fuck this guy in particular.
I am going to use a story point for this one.
Do it. Go for it.
Take him the fuck out.
So,
Win the game.
Story point makes it 1 yellow. That against what's the roll?
Difficulty is 1.
1, of course. Fuck me. 2 success and a threat.
He looks around like, she's like, is this true? Yeah, yes, I am responsible for the House of Fun, but I have nothing to do with the church. He goes, this paper says otherwise. I don't know what you mean. It's like, I think you do. I never signed any of those. Your signature's on it. I can recognize it. It's the same signature you always use. And he looks around, surprised and scared. Then he pulls out a sword. He's like, someone is lying in my name. He's like, go, stay back, and he's holding them all off back like that. Do you want to do anything, Tayden?
Yeah. I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to draw my crossbow and shoot him in the knee.
Okay. I think because it's cool and it's more story-based, I'll let you do it. You shoot him in the knee, screams as he goes down, holding it, clutching carefully. Cass comes up and just knocks him out with 1 punch. And he's like, God, take him away. And look, she looks over and she's like, she looks over at you and she's like, good work there. I was a little bit doubtful about what you said, but it looks like he's proven himself guilty as it is.
It's not quite over yet because his plan is still in effect. And, well, the manure is about to hit the windmill, as they say.
All right, then. Everyone, gather your arms. We're going to the House of Fun. Move, move, chop, chop, chop. Mobilize. Move, 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 move. And she starts gathering the army towards the House of Fun. Durek.
Hello.
You start to make your way down the stairs carefully. And as you're going further and further and further down, you hear chanting.
Oh, no.
Does it sound like the chanting that Alice was doing earlier?
No. It's definitely a different kind of chanting. But it's very similar.
Okay, so it's definitely magical.
Mm-hmm.
He just sort of, in his own head, he's like, I fucking hate magic. But now he's like, oh, I'm fucking in it now. I might as well keep going. So he's tentatively walking forward, keeping an ear close to the
Ground?
To the wall, that is.
All right. Make me a stealth check.
One, 2, 3. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 3.
Nice. Nice.
They're chanting, they can't hear you, but there's illuminated light and they'll know if someone's coming down the stairs.
Let me just double check that these are the right positives. 3 agility, 2 yellows, yep. Yes!
Oh, good roll! But that failure, that was with those stats though. You start to make your way down the stairs slowly, and then you see them. There is a circle at the bottom of the stairs. Sitting there, kneeling down with hoods over their heads, are 5 people with their arms brought out carefully like so, and they're chanting beneath their breath. And the chant is continuing over and over and over and over and over, and it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Inside, in the middle of them, is what looks like a bubble. And inside the bubble, you see spirits moving up and down over and over. But the bubble is slowly forming, creating the form of a person. It looks like they're trying to summon something in there.
Does the bubble look like... I'm guessing it doesn't look like the orb from the Sorcerer's Tower.
No, it doesn't look like the orb. No, yes, it starts looking like the orb from the Sorcerer's Tower.
And then it starts turning into a person, okay.
It starts forming. Like it's forming into... Not a person, like a big person, like a big thing, like a creature.
Okay.
But it looks hollow. And you see the spirits inside don't have enough. From your angle.
Am I gonna take a chance?
Oh, you don't need to. It's fine. As the chanting is going on, you start to feel slightly drowsier than you normally do. Something feels weird about it. You're not quite sure why. And then you see it. A small spirit from within you, your own soul, starts to pull towards the thing under there.
As soon as that starts happening, I run right up the stairs. I am not having any cult stealing my fucking soul.
Well, you rolled 3 failures, so I guess what that means? You need to make an athletics test, difficulty 3, to see if you can actually get away before they talk your soul out.
Just difficulty 3, yeah?
Yep.
I'm gonna use that soul point because I definitely do not want my soul to go away from where I am.
But you don't need it.
Ah!
Failure though. You run up and you leap through the doorway to get out. You've just made it like, whoa, I'm out. Everything's fine. You feel a little bit hollow, a little bit ill. Like you're not feeling the best. And then you look up and you see a face just like yours going through the door and heading down inside.
It's like in Scooby-Doo, the movie.
Yeah, like that. And you're like, oh shit.
Yellow just gave me 2 advantages. Always.
Hey, on the plus side, you're not feeling ill yet. Upstairs, Dan, Alice is sitting there, and you've asked that question as to why you didn't make it. Oh, she's like, if it makes you feel any better, we only did it because it is the way to help our Dark Lord.
Is there like guards in this room, or is it just me and her?
Nope, just you and her. She sips the tea gently and she goes, would you like to know how we did it? All of this.
She's like just heavy breathing, like building up to something, and
she smiles. What's called? Anala smiles and she goes, this has been a beautiful home, and it took me nearly 6 months to get General Onaf to be on our side. I persuaded him that this was good for the men and would come through, which was great. But the problem is we just couldn't get enough souls fast enough to summon back our Dark Lord on time. We needed more. So we came up with a plan. When it turned out a couple of adventurers were coming in and asking questions. A subtle hint here to say that the house existed. And a beautiful push forward to suggest that maybe there might be a letter they could use. Another letter, easily snatched from my pocket. Followed by one of my leaders, creating a leadership for them to come forward to pick it here. Followed by you bringing every army with us. The camera pans to General Cass coming in along with the picketing, coming in that way. and all of them merging to one group. Everyone within the camp, within one group. One powerful spell to pull everyone together, and we shall have enough souls to revive our Dark Lord into his full glory, and everyone will be happy. Of course, we no longer need you or anything else, but I'm sure our Dark Lord will worship you with bliss. And she can sip in her tea and goes, "Is that a good tea? I assure you, it's not poisoned."
She's like,
outside, you can hear people falling over.
Oh god. She like moves to get up and is saying, "I will crush you like I crushed that necromancer and everyone before it." And she's like drawing back the hammer.
She looks up and she goes, "I'm so glad you said that." And she finishes her tea and then she puts it down.
And she like pauses for a moment. It's not usually what gets said right before that kind of speech. Is there noises increasing outside of the room?
Yeah.
Can I add that after my soul got sucked out, I probably wouldn't have gone through the cellar door. I probably would have gone through up into the bed.
Don't worry, I'm getting you all together for like the finale. We're doing great.
Okay.
You should probably get down and help those people. Isn't that what you do?
Yeah, she's stuck between like dealing with this woman or not.
Yeah, and she knows this. She knows you're struggling between the two, and that's what she's watching you for. I look forward to seeing your work.
She's going to like effectively like flip the table and then run out like on top of her or towards that woman and then like run down.
Are you going to go for the woman instead of going out? Who knows how tough she is? She could keep you delayed for quite a while.
No, I'm not. What I'm doing is like kicking the table to give me time to get out of the room because
no problem. Yeah, sure. You kick the table. Go on, do it.
Yeah, it was more thematic. Like
it's more thematic.
Yeah,
go for it. She doesn't stop you from leaving. She wants you to leave.
Yeah, I know she does. Which is what, and it's the whole villain getting away, but she has people to save type thing. So
cool. So you kick the table towards her, like it comes towards her, and she like catching her hand, and she moves it away, but she saves a cup because that's important.
Of course.
As you step outside, she goes, "The games have begun," and she gets up and straightens her cloth. And as the door swings back from where she was and goes open again, she's no longer there. You come outside at the same time as Durek comes outside, and you see everyone's on the floor with their souls being pulled out and sinking into the floor gently.
I say, "Alice, I don't feel so good."
Oh no! Oh no!
Fucking get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Fucking get out! Outside checks. Everyone's got together, and the class is about to go inside the room, but then everyone starts to feel a bit odd, and they all start to feel a bit funny in their chest, including you. Guys, you can act. Please go.
Yeah. So I totally, when you say I don't feel so good, like imagine like Alice kind of like holds you and then kind of lowers you to the ground, looking at this orc that may have been around. He's quite a compassionate person, I think. And even if we haven't been around that long together, she think you've always been quite genuine and tried to be helpful, even though she has to rescue you so many times, maybe. And she's like, "This will be no different. I'll save you. I'll save everyone. Just hold on." And she like squeezes his hand and then like go. I presume she can see like the general souls are going to the basement, or that he'd like come up from the basement.
Also, Durek isn't dead. He's all right. He can still move. He's just not falling ill.
I was gonna say, as soon as you put me down and walk away, I stand immediately back up.
Oh, okay.
Like, right, let's go. And you're like, oh.
In that case, then like she'll just like embrace him and go, "This will be like all the other times," and then like run. She run for the basement because she, even though everyone's souls are being sucked out, she's going to go straight for the problem.
Checks. you start to see everyone start to have their chest with this weird facial, smaller version of them start to leave them, including you. You're having one coming out of you as well. Please roll me a resilience to see if you can keep your body in check and keep your soul with you.
Keep your body in check.
Keep your body in checks.
What's
I hope you guys are liking the dramatic finale.
So dramatic.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 2.
Oh.
Everyone outside is automatically failing because they're not adventurous.
Well, it's an advantage.
And so, all right, you see yourself fucking go out. You're not affected by the illness because you rolled an advantage for now, but you see it leave you and you feel hollow inside.
To be fair, he was hollow inside before.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
a good point. Your soul is slightly smaller than one of them. Baby soul. Ooh, I have a heart somewhere. But it's still gone. Everyone outside collapses. You're like barely up, and Cass is like, what's happening? Is it a trap?
Gonna follow my soul trying to catch it.
And you burst through the door to see Alice and Durek hugging.
Am I interrupting something here?
Only the end of the world, Thaden. And then she's going to run straight down towards where all the souls are going.
Durek follows because now that his soul's gone, he's not afraid of magic anymore.
Yeah! Fuck yeah!
Elise isn't as it says on my sheet. Elise doesn't fear pain or death, but the possibility of failing.
Oh, man,
so
all right.
She's going.
It doesn't take long for you to get to the stairs. And you all 3 of you can see down the stairs the people chanting up in the middle. And inside there, in a bubble forming, is this monster that looks like it's forming up, and the souls are filling it. So it's this big blue creature with like 4 arms, like some kind of like weird ancient god they're bringing back, and they're filling up his like hollow body with souls. And he's like, more, yes. And the lead prayer guy who's standing there giving a prayer slowly lifts up his hood and puts it down, and you'll see Wilcan.
Traitor!
He turns around and he sees you and he smiles and he goes, what? Did my letter not give it away?
She's just, screaming battle chant type thing as she's about to swing her hammer into his face.
All right. I believe it's initiative again, guys. Everybody roll. There are 3 groups to fight. One group is the 4 guys. They are minions. They will go down fast. Another group is him. He, Wilcan, is a rival. And the third person is the big, scary ghost monster that's forming up. He is a nemesis. He's going to be tough.
Oh, boy.
It's just agility, correct?
Yep. Oh, no, it's cool.
Wait,
So-
in
that case.
presence.
Yeah, presence. Then
Isn't cool like when the fight is surprising? Isn't it something like vigilance or something?
vigilance if you're ready for the fight.
Well,
Cool
we knew there
if
was a fight.
Cool if you go traitor and then charge down. That's cool. That's
Okay.
cool.
I know
You
it's
keep it
cool, but is it like cool? Like, because I actually have vigilance, and we knew it was going to be a fight. It just makes
No, it's not like that. You have to be prepared for it. But because you got there, you clearly showed some emotion when you screamed traitor and you charged them.
Okay.
It's not vigilance. I can't give it to you. I'm sorry.
Jesus, that's a lot of successes, Lloyd.
Yeah, I don't fuck around. I'm going first. Fuck you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Look at the dice we roll for initiative compared to theirs.
I haven't finished rolling it though. Don't forget.
Fail. Oh, you can't fail.
Mm.
I'm just going to
Those
ask,
ones-
can I have
yes, sir.
been battle chanting before this point? Or
No, I'll give it to you. I'll let you battle champ for this point.
I have
be nice.
make the test then. Click.
5. So I go first, and then everyone goes, but Liam. Liam is last. No, that's not Liam. That's Liam. Checks Liam, Alice.
Me.
Okay, so I go first and second. then checks Liam, and then me. No, Liam is last. Okay, then checks, then me, then Alice, then Liam. So first turns and mine. Oh, this is gonna be great.
This sort of thing
Guys,
happens when
guys.
you lose your soul.
Yeah. No, the fight looks great though.
Okay, I got a weird roll for my spell roll.
Well,
One failure, one advantage, and one triumph.
but so you didn't cast the spell, but you got a triumph. Pick any other base spell you can do, and you can get the bonus for it.
Okay, well, no
So
one
I will
needs
give you.
healing.
I would say you try. What you try? Was it? Were you trying to
It was the
argument?
buff.
Oh,
It's the righteousness of the Citadel. It was the self buff, so it probably makes sense that I curse them instead, maybe?
Makes sense to me.
I'll give it to you. I would say you can curse one person to have a bad roll, and you can keep it after you maintain it. Who do you want to give it to?
The priest, probably, because that was
Alright.
the focus of my.
He
I don't know what that does. Does that just?
It downgrades his ability to cast or do anything. You downgrade one of his checks.
For ongoing, as long as I keep concentration. Okay.
And it takes a maneuver to concentrate.
Yeah.
All right. So turn number 1. The 4 guys rush you guys up the stairs. And they're like, ah, they're gonna take you all, and they're going to attack. And they're going for the first person. That's you, Alice. There's 4 of them. 1, 2,
Bring it.
3, 4. And that is melee. Now, if you look at it, do you have any melee defense on your character sheet?
I have 0 melee defense.
All right, so I'm going to roll with just 2 difficulty. And they get a triumph and 2 successes. Now, they only do 4 damage in total. So 4, 5, 6. Does 6 get past your soak?
It does not. 6 is my soak.
Excellent. However, they rolled a crit. Even though they didn't get past they can't crit you because they didn't get past your soak. They still got a triumph. So the triumph, they're going to spend to. Ooh, what should I do to you? What should I do to you? What'll be cool? What should I do to you? That's not just damage. Because damage is boring. All right. They come up and they block the sights of the pathway behind you. You guys can't shoot past them. You guys can't run past them. You guys can't get past them. Until they go down, you cannot attack anyone else in the room.
Okay.
That's what they use that for. Next up is Wilkin. And Wilkin continues his prayer to the priest to strengthen it.
No.
He's cursed, so he'll go a little bit slower than normal. 1 PC can go.
Anyone want to go?
Any PC can go. Any of them.
I can take it. I was just gonna stab one of the mooks and then use my dual strike ability to take 2 strain and hit with my second weapon.
Okay, so once again, let me just read how that says because it's very different for using 2 weapons at once. Is it dual wielder?
It reads, when attacking with 2 weapons, the character may suffer 2 strain to hit with the secondary weapon instead of spending 2 advantages. All
right, so you need to actually do a dual wield strike. So now, when you attack with 2 weapons, what are your 2 weapons in your hand?
Dagger and spear.
Dagger and the spear. You use the one with the least, the least checks, but they're both melee light, and you increase the difficulty by 1. So difficulty automatically costs to 3. Now you're a dual wielder, so you can spend you get 1 maneuver and 1 action, and you can take 2 maneuvers if you spend 2 strain. And a maneuver can do things like aiming. There's a list here somewhere, in that list. I always forget.
You can spend a maneuver to reduce that penalty.
I know. I'm just letting you know what else you can do with the maneuvers. You can spend a maneuver to aim, or to assist another player to get in the blue die, or take a guarded stance while you're fighting. That kind of stuff you can do. But you can spend a maneuver to do basically to make the check difficulty 2 and not difficulty 3.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Want to do that?
So it's difficulty 2. Bum bum. And then it's just my melee light, which is brawn.
Yeah. Oh no, not yeah. Melee is brawn or not agility?
It says melee light
Yeah,
brawn,
you're right. It is. Okay, good.
which
Then
seems
good
weird to
for
me,
that.
but as well. But hey, my agility and brawn are the same, so
No.
it's 6
We're
to
used
3.
to like, oh, Dex is the best stat because that's
You have to have the
that makes-
finesse skill, I think, that makes
Yeah.
melee light.
that makes you do that. All right, roll it.
So I'm gonna double check 2 purple, and then
Mhm.
my stats.
Yes.
Would I roll that twice because I'm attacking with both weapons?
Nope. Just once, and I'll explain to you how it works.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. So there's a lot of things to do here. That's very important. First up, you didn't get any advantage, so normally you won't be able to do a dual strike. But because you have dual strike, you can give yourself 2 strain.
Yep.
Right now to attack with both weapons, and
Already
that does damage as well.
Ahead of the game.
Excellent. So what happens now is that you count damage from your first attack, which is your attack plus how many successes, which is what? From your first weapon, which is?
1, 2, 3, and a triumph.
So 3 plus your damage, which is?
Let's say I attacked with my dagger first, so 4. So that would be
4.
7 plus whatever happens with the triumph.
Triumph will be later. So
Okay.
7 damage, and then you deal damage again with your other weapon. And how much damage is that?
That will be 5.
5 plus 3.
Yeah, so 8.
So 8. So you do
Okay.
5 and 8 into this group. And then you score a triumph. A triumph is a critical injury. So you roll D100, and we see what critical injury you give the group.
And that's just the one that says 0 and then 100 after it, right?
Yes.
55.
55 is a fearsome wound. Target increases difficulty of all presence and willpower checks by 1 until injury is healed. Which is all cool. However, none of that matters because 1, you did enough damage to kill all of them. And 2, when you do a critical injury to a minion group, they instantly die. So describe how you, soulless, decide to just walk into a bunch of 4 guys and just fuck them up.
I just like to imagine Durek just like they're standing blocking the doorway and everyone's like in their battle stance and Durek's just like, hold on, pushes Alice out the way slightly, takes his dagger, cuts the heads off 2, takes the spear and stabs 2 of them through the neck, and then the blockade just drops.
Nice. Yeah, that minion group is gone. So I'm gonna remove that. Can I even remove it? Can I remove it from the list? Yeah, delete. They're gone. They're no longer counted. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake, didn't I? Oh, no, my bad. Give me 1 second. I have someone talking to me in the middle. Do you mind pausing the? I'm gonna pause the recording for a second. And...
No, you can still play. I'll just then you know. Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, awesome. Oh, cool. Just let me know he's here. Future Lloyd, when you're watching this, tell your brother that you love him. Okay. Okay, back to the next part. So you've cleared it out, but you got 2 that I'm gonna put that into 2 strain that you take to do that move because you're exhausted. Because you just went kick, then and he's down. All right, and that was your turn. Who's next?
Do you want to go, Checks? Or
Ladies first.
okay, I am now. So I like cast the magic, but it is instead of channeled towards me, it's channeled towards him.
Stop. You can only cast a spell once per encounter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just building up to. Yeah, the magic, instead of imbuing me through my rage, has gone on to him, and then all those cultists charge at me, but then Durek like leaps past me or something and just downs all of them.
Like a badass.
Yeah. So then she strides over them and goes to smash her intended target.
All right, you can get to him in 2 maneuvers if you want to spend 2 maneuvers. But if you spend 2 maneuvers, you will not have a maneuver to maintain the spell.
Okay.
And it'll cost you 2 strain to take a second maneuver.
To get right to him to hit. Okay.
Yes.
Does the spell immediately drop, or is he still affected by it for this?
It immediately drops.
Oh. Oh boy. Okay. So I'll drop the spell then and take
Are
the
you
strain.
sure? Okay. Take 2 strain, and you can smack him up. Now he has the stat called Adversary 1. So your difficulty is 1 red and 1 purple. You always upgrade his difficulty because he's a hardcore motherfucker. He doesn't mess about.
Okay. 1 red, 1 purple. My ability to hit is 3 yellows and a green.
Nice.
And then, however, the hammer is cumbersome. No, that's the strength.
Don't worry about that.
It's inaccurate, so it adds a black.
Black die. Yep.
But it is concussive 1 and knockdown, which is why I want to hit him.
Yeah, but you need advantages to make those things work. You need 2 advantages to make those work.
Sure. I'm just going to look at all of these things. Tough. Right. Just because I want to see what I can do, I'm going to use my incidental once a session story point ready for adventure.
Stop. How many story points you need for that?
No, I have ready for adventure for being a human. Once per session, convert
hold on.
1 GM story point to a player story point.
Yeah, done.
My special ability is a healing one, so I'm not using that. So that takes the green away, and I have 4 yellows. And I'm going to hit this guy with absolutely everything I have.
Cool. So then that becomes
that.
push.
3
Wow.
successes, 4 threat, and a triumph.
Okay, so you definitely crit. How much damage do you do?
9 plus the
9.
3 for 12. And then the triumph.
Okay. So, good news. You definitely hit him and you definitely crit. Critical damage.
Okay.
That's the percentile. Let me see how much crit you do to him.
Sure. Sorry, I was roll 1 percentile. 86. I think
Oh, that's gonna be nasty.
that's bad.
That's pretty bad. Let's find out how bad it is. 86.
Yeah.
Compromise. Increase difficulty of all skill checks by 1 until injury is healed. So now he has adversary. So that was your turn. You smack into him. He goes down on 1 knee, crawling out and holding his shoulder. He wasn't expecting your blow to be so strong.
Is the triumph spent as the crit, or is it can
Yep.
be spent to do things?
It can try to do things or a crit.
Right. Okay.
But that crit was pretty fucked. I highly recommend using the crit.
Yeah. So
However,
yeah, she
you
swings
rolled
the hammer.
4 disadvantages. As you smack into him on the ground, he reaches up and then he marks your chest with a mark over it, like so.
Oh no.
And as he marks over it, you see the monster behind him rear up and look directly at you.
Okay.
He marks you for it. Thaden.
First of all, can I do that story point thing as well, just before I forget?
Push.
Thank you. Secondly, I've got an ability. It says something about linked.
Linked means that when you hit someone with something else, you count your damage, your damage you can do twice if you get the linked in. Because you keep constantly shooting. I believe it's your gun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you spend a two advantages, you get an additional hit.
Right. Okay.
And you do it as
That's
many
what that means.
times as the linked number is. It's your base damage.
Right.
Just adding extra on top of it as you're
Okay.
just shooting some more.
So we've got fuck nuts on the ground and
Giant ghost demon thing.
giant ghost demon thing. Let's kill him first.
Are we gonna shoot the giant demon thing?
No, the little dude.
Now, this is a good time for me to bring out how damage works in shooting works in melee. So, first up, he is not short, he is medium distance away from you. So difficulty is 2. But because Alice is next to him, he's engaged with her. So you upgrade on difficulties by 1. And because you're an adversary 1, you upgrade by another 1. So difficulty is 2 red.
2 red.
And if you roll despair, you hit Alice instead.
Well, I apologise in advance, Alice, because we know which way this is going to go.
Of course.
Okay. Range 3. 2 red. Boom.
Oh wow. A solid shot there.
Nice shot. That was lucky. All right. Do your damage. What's the base damage?
Damage is 9. Base is 9.
Mm-hmm.
And what? 1 for each success? Is that right?
+3
+3, so 12.
damage, and you see his eyes like glaze over. His armor soaks enough, but he doesn't just completely go down. He like stumbles over and he's bleeding a little bit, but he's still up. He chooses to take the next turn, and he reaches a hand out to you up there. You three up there. Oh, he's gonna do that because you're next to him. He doesn't. He'll have to. I'll increase his difficulty. Because I think that's how it works. If you try and do a range attack on someone next to you, increase the difficulty by 1. He looks at you three up there and he lifts up his hand and he swirls it and he does his own signature spell, which reduces difficulty by 1, and it tries to make him cast.
Did you count the stun?
He's not stunned.
You know, I critically injured him and made everything worse.
Yes, but he's not stunned. He's still
Yeah,
got he's got penalties to it.
Yeah,
I'm
not stunned, just the penalty is what I meant.
He's just penalties. It upgrades everything he does.
Okay.
Where's my roll? Oh, sorry, bro. He lifts up his hand and he swirls it around both you and Durek. This whirling mist of locusts just come out of nowhere and start scratching and biting and pitting and hurting all of you. Both of you take 8 wounds.
Ouch.
Good news, it's only 8 wounds, and your soak subtracts from it.
Who took those ones?
Both of you do.
Is it including me being right next to, or did he aim at the 2 on the stairs?
He aimed at the 2 on the stairs.
Okay.
He took the penalty that you're next to him to aim at 2 on the stairs, and he upgraded his difficulty to do it.
And
So
also
both of you,
the difficulty from the wound, and he still managed.
yeah. Look at his roll. Look at his roll. It's
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, like he just rolled really well. Like Dan, I know you're always
Ow.
questioning my rolls, but it's literally in front of you. Like, what do you want me to do?
God damn
I
it.
can't show you any better than when you actually see the dice on the fucking table.
Dude should just die.
All right, that was his turn. And he will use his maneuver to disengage from you as he leans back, crawling in blood. Which is great because the spirit of the monster next to him turns up. And actually, no, he's going to stay next to you. Fuck it. He wants to die for his lord. The spirit of the monster slams up and it reaches to grab you, to lift you up and suck your soul out of your body in the coolest way possible. Let's do this.
Ow. Okay.
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Do you have any defense? No, you don't. Just basic roll.
Yep.
See? Yeah, piece of cake. Done.
Oh,
Okay.
A triumph. That's good.
So he chooses not to do a crit because it's way cooler to do this instead. He reaches up and grabs you and he lifts you up and you're in his hand and he crushes you. He sucks the life force out of you. You see your soul go within his hands and start to scream and shout within it. You start to feel a bit weaker. And he's like, continues to suck you out and he just crushes you within his strength. Please take 8 damage, please.
So I take 2 damage.
Yeah, you're grand. You're good. And then he slammed him at the end of it, leaving you prone.
Okay.
All right. Your turns.
Anybody else want to go?
I'll
Show me
do
to
the same again. Fire a crossbow at the dweeb.
All right. Once again, you're shooting at the dweeb. One is upgraded by 2. So you have 2 red. Don't roll a critical. Don't roll a despair. You only do damage to Alice. She can take it. She loves it.
Wait, did he not engage though?
He's still engaged. He stayed. Because I was like, no,
stayed.
he's not going to leave. He wants to grab Alice's soul. And now that he has it, his plan is complete. Because he has everyone's now.
Ah, fuck it. I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah. What was that? What was that roll? What was that damage? Oh, okay. Do you want to make it linked? Do you want to link it?
I mean, you didn't link it the last time.
Link it now though. 'Cause he didn't have the two chevrons, the 2 advantages. But now he does. Now you can link it.
No, it takes strain to link it.
No, I need
no,
the
it doesn't.
I need the
chevrons.
advantage.
Oh, right.
Yeah, advantage. Do you want to link it? Do you want to link it for the extra damage? Do you want to? No. Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. No. Okay. Fine. In that case, you only do 9, 10, 11 damage to Alice.
Ow.
Sorry,
I
Alice.
take 3.
Are you sure you don't want to link it? It's there. It's there.
Oh,
What
well,
you can do with
now that you've talked me into it, Lloyd.
now you've got. You still have those advantages. You can spend those advantages to give anyone a blue die if you like.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Anyone or the next person?
The next person.
Right. So next person will get a blue, and
In
because
fact,
there's 2 of them,
I will give it to Alice. I think.
So was the arrow like bringing love rather than
Yeah.
damage? Then?
Yeah, I'm Cupid in disguise, really.
Okay.
I wish I knew how to get rid of these things once I put them down. I'll read it later. I'll figure it out. Yeah. All right. In that case, yeah, Alice. That was his turn. Durek, Alice, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right. You got a blue die. You're on the ground. You're hurting. That shot. But you'll be fine. You got tons of health.
I am going to like shriek as my soul is being torn from me and I'm being shot in the back.
Why?
It's more just like this primal rage kind of cry. And though she would have liked to have finished off the dude next to her, I think the giant monster that is like playing with her soul is a bigger issue.
That's probably a good idea.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 2 red because he's a nemesis. That means that he's way tougher than you guys expect, and he upgrades your difficulty twice.
Okay, so 3 on there. Oh yeah, and a black because I'm giant clumsy hammer. So 3. Do I use the story point? Just cause.
Dude, don't forget you need to save your story points so you can use your heroic abilities. Don't forget you need those.
We need 2 of those for that to happen, but
yeah, so if you wait for me to use them against you, you'll be grand.
Oh, fine. I'll swap it back then.
Time to die. I mean, what?
Oh, just 3 successes. That's all.
I'll take it. That's good.
So I still can't concuss or not. Knockdown doesn't have a number next to it.
Knockdown takes 2 to knock him down. You need 2 chevrons, 2 advantages. If it's no number, it doesn't matter what number it is. It always is 2. It's always
I've got concussive 1, so I presume that means it only takes 1 to concuss.
Nope, it lasts for 1 round, but it takes 2 to activate it.
Very well. Well, that's 12 damage if she brings the huge holy hammer down on top of the beast.
It. You see him like reel back from the smack, but he's still going because he's a monster and he wants to party. All right, that was you done. Who's next?
Oh, it disappears when you cycle.
Yeah, when you use it up, it goes.
I'm going to attack the monster because.
Are you gonna charge it? It'll cost you 2 strain to get next to it. I know you can smack it.
I'll just do that. I don't want to use too much of my strain. So
that's probably fair. Spend 2 strain. Now remember, guys, you can spend a maneuver instead of maintaining spells to like aim to give yourself a blue die. Or you can spend it to help another player get a blue die on their turn. Don't forget those. They're very important that you remember your maneuvers, that you can do stuff like that.
So I could have had another blue onto
no, not you, because you're maintaining a spell, remember?
No, I'm not. I dropped it to run.
Oh, did you? Yeah, you could have had another blue to help you out. Not that it helps in that roll. You hit him anyway.
So I haven't used any maneuvers to get near this guy.
You did.
You need to spend 2.
In fact, you need to take 2 strain right now because you spent 2.
Okay.
Could I have used my free maneuver to, like, the hammer hit to make the beast real so he gets a blue on this?
No.
Okay.
I've already, normally I'd be like, yeah, go on then, but you know what? No. Nah. I'm just not going to say no. I'm just going to say no.
In that case, I'm only going to be able to hit it regularly because I don't.
Do it.
Already a half strain and I don't want to go crazy. So I'm just going to stab him with my spear.
Do it. You can always choose Oh yeah, listen, you're gonna hit stab with spear. Go on, just a normal stab. Do it. If I were you, I'd do it anyway. Because fuck it, why not? You're dual wielding, so you might as well do it. You might as well hit both weapons, because the penalty is gone. Because the dual wielding gets the penalty, so you're always using both weapons. So you might as well dual wield. Does that make sense?
Here that I have to. It says here I have to suffer 2 strain to hit with my secondary weapon.
Only if you hit and you don't get the Chevron that was good advantages. To just dual wield hit him, you always do it because the penalty you get, that extra die, doesn't apply to you.
Might as well. Let's go.
Yeah, there are 2 stats of dual in the name. There's one at the top, one at the bottom. Remember the 2 different things. Right, roll.
What's my difficulty?
Difficulty is 2. Red.
I think I'm using the wrong stats because I'm a dumb idiot.
Roll a failure.
No, I'm not. I'm using the right stats. We're fine. Yes.
Piece of shit. All right, so you only hit with 1 weapon, but if you spend 2 straight, you can hit with both weapons, and that'd be really cool.
I'll just hit with my spear. Thank you very much. But
okay, how much damage is it?
It's only 6.
All right, you take
The
it.
spear has some effects on it. Accurate 1 and defensive.
It has accuracy and defensive.
Accuracy gives you a free blue die.
So you should have been doing that.
I'll let you roll 1 blue die now if you want to be nice, so Dan doesn't yell at me because he just constantly.
I also have defensive. I don't know what that means.
You also have what?
Defensive.
I'm checking it right now. Give me 1 second.
So if you roll a blue die on top of what you've rolled, Liam.
It means when I attack you, I get you also. I increase your melee defense by 1 because you're defensive.
I'm just gonna roll that blue die now for accuracy.
Do it.
Yes.
Oh, excellent. 1 extra point of damage. Cool. He's still standing because he's a badass motherfucker made of souls. But you can see the souls are starting to leave him and fly off.
Does my soul fly off, or does it come back to me?
No, of course not.
No.
You guys are main characters. Like, fuck that. Okay. That was your turn. So, guess whose turn it is? It's his. There's 2 targets next to him. He's not quite sure who to hit first. So he's gonna hit you both. He lifts up his hand and he whirls, and his body forms this like fucking giant hammer, and he slams it down. He's gonna choose to do an area attack, which will require all of your penalties and increases damage difficulty by 1. So he goes 1, 2, and 3, and he gets a black die because you have a spear, and your spear gives you defensive. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3, roll.
Shit.
1 hit. Just enough. But it's okay.
My black die helped.
Black die helped. All right, both of you take 8 damage. Remember to remove your soak from the damage. Oh, you guys are fine. Next to him, within it, is Wilcan, and Wilcan is next to you on. He pulls out a dagger because he doesn't have the strain to keep casting spells that fade in up there. Actually, no, fuck it. You know what? You gotta go down with the fucking boys at this point. He's gonna cast a spell at Thaden because fuck the police. 1, 2, 3. Upgraded twice because he's in melee and you're next to him with that badass. And 1, 2, 3. Let's see if you can get it done.
Derek, you should have taken some wounds from that hit.
Oh, sorry, I haven't done it.
We took 8 damage minus your soak.
Which is 4, so I'm on 8.
Oh, not looking so good.
Hey, Thaden.
I have to flip-flop between updating my exploit and updating the whip dice roller thing.
Sorry. Thaden. Good news, Thaden. Good news. You reach his spell up and he grabs you with like this like tentacled, horrible black echoed hand. And he wraps around. You can feel the souls within the spell that he casts, like screaming for pain, as he yanks you off the stairs and pulls you closer. And as he pulls you closer, you basically come all the way through, and you feel the thing crawling around you go through you. And it's this fucking gusting. Take 8 points of damage minus your soak. And and take a critical hit.
No thanks. No
Too late.
pass.
That's too bad, son. That's just the way it is. Things are gonna be the same. That's 61, and that will be you're disorientated until the injury is healed. From the rest of the combat, you're rolling with 1 extra black die.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it on your character sheet.
Does that if you put it on there, does that automatically put it on the roll? Or
No,
does
it
It doesn't. I thought that, and it doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't, unfortunately. I wish it did. That'd have been so fucking cool. But it doesn't.
Because that's what happened when I wound up with all those die. It's because I thought the blue die would go through automatically, and it didn't, so I forgot to roll it.
Fair enough. All right, and that was his turn. He's on his last legs. The thing is on his last leg. Guys, finish it quickly, and then he'll die.
Do you want to go again, Checks? Shoot
Have
the dude.
I still got my crossbow in hand?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that. As I'm flying across the room, I can loosen a bolt.
Stop right there. You're next to him, so you'll be shooting while in melee. Is your weapon 100 or 200?
Ooh, I don't actually know.
I believe your crossbow is 200.
I believe it is 200.
So that means difficulty is 3, which also means that you'll be rolling 1 red and 2 purple. However, don't forget you get a black die normally, and your weapon is accurate, so you get a blue die as well.
1 red, 2 purple. Let's see if I've actually been doing the proper roll for this as well. Yes, I have.
I wish I could take this app with me to UK Games Expo. Oh my fucking god. How am I going to calculate the fucking penalties on this shit? I don't fucking know.
Well, that's an interesting roll. 1 success, 1 threat, 1 triumph.
Okay. I mean, like, you hit him. What do you want to do to triumph? Do you want to do critical damage?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, boy. Okay. He takes a crit like a punk ass. Roll percentile, but you get plus 10 because he's already taken 1 crit.
So it'll be 74.
So normally you can put it in, so it was automatically, but doesn't mind. 74. And
I can do basic math. Thank you very much.
I mean, can you really? Can you? He loses his free maneuver until the injury is healed, so no aiming for him. And you smack him, and you deal how much damage? 10?
10, yes.
All right. Take a point of stress as he dies, bleeding all over you from the shot, like close range shots. He grabs your weapons, like, my soul, for my God. And then he like flumps over. And you take a point of stress as his soul leaves his body and enters the monster. The monster changes color from blue to red.
Mistake.
I love the idea that he's grabbed you and pulled you all the way across the room, and all the time you're just lining up the crossbow. So when you arrive, just go thunk right into him.
Thunk. Sup? All right. Go for it. Who's next?
Do you want to go, Liam?
Sure thing.
Let's finish
I'm
this.
gonna stab him with my spear, but I'm
Do
gonna
it.
use my battle rage thing so that I can add a black to my melee check to deal 2 more damage. And I'm also gonna use the accuracy thing, so I have a blue and a black to even it out.
Woo! Do it. Do it. Do it.
Remember your maneuvers, unless that was your maneuver.
Would that be my maneuver?
I have no idea.
To rage, is it?
Oh
Is
my fucking god. To
Let
rage
me-
is nope, not maneuver. So you can aim. You can aim and give us a blue die.
so you could get.
I'm gonna
another
aim
blue
and
die on
give Alice a blue die.
top. Oh,
Yeah, Alice.
that's
No,
kind.
you can't do both.
Thanks.
Or you can aim or give Alice a blue die.
Oh, I see. I'll
Aim
give
would
Alice a
give
blue
it to
die.
you.
That's what I was
Okay.
meaning. I was
That's
meaning
fair
give
to me.
Alice a blue die.
Okay, Alice, get a blue die. You distract it long enough where you're like fucking swinging around, so he's not ready for it.
Yes!
Oh, that was nasty. And you got 2, but you have no special things to activate. All right, do damage. How much damage is that?
Oh
Can't
wait,
you
I can do my dual wield because I.
Oh, yeah,
I got
you're
the
right.
2 chevrons.
Do it.
Yeah. So, so that is
Yeah.
5 plus 1 is 6 from the spear
Mm-hmm.
and 5 from the dagger.
He's still up. He's breaking apart,
I'm
and
not
the
surprised.
souls
He's
are
a giant.
flying
No
out
soul
of him.
I like to think I stab him with the spear, pull him
Mhm.
slightly closer, and slice him with the dagger as I pull the spear out.
Nice.
And that's distracted him long enough for Alice to get a good hit in.
I spent a dark side point for no reason. Carry on.
Okay. What was the difficulty to hit the dude? 2 red?
Oh, I forgot about putting your difficulties up. Your difficulties only 2 purple, wasn't it? It was supposed to be 2 red. Shit, you may not have hit him. Oh, well, too late. Yeah, it's 2 red. That's my fault. I completely forgot to tell you the difficulty hit him again. Ignore me. Right, yes, 2 red.
So I will use the blue of the very generous given to me by Dirk, and I have the black for the hammer, and I have my swinging power and swing. What? Shit.
Wow.
How?
Wow. Motherfuckers, fucking, I'm not gonna fucking roll anything else. Describe how you fucking finish off a newly created god made from the souls of your friends and families.
And my soul.
And yours.
She shouts, she had arcs back the hammer in the air, and she shouts, "You will not take my soul nor the souls of the others. They are already claimed by our gods," and then brings the hammer down for...
All right.
I actually just realized I actually did 4 extra damage because of my thing that I used.
It doesn't fucking matter, is it?
I know, it didn't matter anyway. I thought I'd bring it in, so I felt like I did more.
So that was 14 damage. No, 14 damage in a hit and a crit. And
all right, and take 2 strain, but don't fucking bother. There's no point at this point. Yeah, you push it down to its knees and you slam into its head, and when it collapses backwards, it falls down. As it falls down, the souls fly out. There's a beautiful Disney-esque spinning camera moment where all 3 of you, covering from your wounds and bleeding out, look up at these souls. They fly around the area and then slowly disappear across into the sky and into the people that are still alive all across the camp.
Yay. Do I get a moment face to face with my own soul? And we both look at each other and smile and then meld together.
I like to imagine for a split second, Thaden's soul goes into me, and then it realizes it's in the wrong place.
Guys, your souls don't return.
No!
We're still alive, technically.
Yeah.
But soulless.
You don't see your souls anywhere. They've not come back to you. Who knows where they are?
Oh, God. We're going to have to go find them.
We're going to cut the scene from there to the next morning. Everyone is coming together and they're adding things up and helping out. And they're doing their best to move forward. Onaf is there, of course, with limping on one leg, ordering people about as to what's going on. And Cass is still apologizing over and over again as to what else going on. And he shoots you a dirty look, Thaden. And he's like, "Well, thank you very much. Congratulations. Bad news, you've injured my leg and I can't walk for a week. Good news, I'm now in charge. So guess what?
We saved your life and the lives of all of your men.
Get out!"
I really want to shoot him in the other leg.
He guesses for you guys to basically leave. And Cass is like, "Yeah, sorry, man, I can't help this one." I mean, to be honest, you guys, they kind of fuck up a little bit.
I look at her you promised payment for finding out the reason.
Yeah, that was when I was in charge. And as you're leaving, he pauses and goes, "Wait!" And Olaf rolls his eyes, and then he reaches down, "Come on over here." And then the gnome, Rowan, comes up and passes him the bag. And then he's like, "Thank you." And then they both give each other the evil eye, there's an old connection between them. And he throws you a bag and goes, "Here, payment for what you did. Technically, no one died. No one important anyway. Although I'm pretty sure I have someone else's soul inside me, but I'm not going to question that right now."
What would I have to do to run up to him and shove some of this fur fruit that I got down his throat?
Oh, Jesus.
Nothing. You can just do it, but fucking hell. You're going to have to also resist 200 blows from everyone else around you.
I mean, he was just taken for a ride. He was a patsy. He didn't plan... He's a dick, but he didn't plan to kill everyone.
And he was genuinely convinced that giving money to people to go bamble was safe and letting them use their own money. I mean, if you want to talk about people who were fooled, I think you need to look in the mirror, guys.
Hey.
We murdered a god for you people.
Yeah.
The god that wouldn't have been summoned if you guys had done your job properly.
You ungrateful pricks.
The god that would have been summoned if you guys hadn't done your job properly. Rowan joins and he's like, he comes on up and he walks up next to you. You guys have been basically ushered out to leave and head back to Greyhaven. And he looks over and he's like, so, what are you guys going to do now?
I just like to say the last thing I say to the guy before leaving the camp is,
right.
well, if you want your own soul back again, you know who to call. And then I'll walk out.
Badass. Yeah, so anyway, Rowan joins you and he's like, so, what are you guys going to do now?
We have a few missing souls to find.
And then where to start?
She kind of like looks up and looks around and probably rolling hills and forests and mountains in the background. And she goes, honestly, no idea.
Drake continues walking into the forest. Stop.
He goes, tell you what, I'll do you a solid, even though, to be honest, you guys are quite bad wankers. In Greyhaven, city itself, there's a merchant there. Deals in fencing. Way I sound like it, way it sounds, a soul could fetch a pretty penny. If I was someone who had your soul, that'd be the first place I'd go. That's all you're getting from me. Good luck.
Thanks.
Drake hears none of us because he's in the forest. Continuing to walk away.
You've just left. He's not even caring about finding your soul.
He's soulless, man.
Okay.
Soulless, man. Well, I mean, you're only gonna like roll, like eventually just slowly die faster, like all the other guys were doing. I'm sure you got time.
Then my soul will be returned to nature, where it belongs.
I don't think that's how it works, dude. Literally in a okay. Nature. All right, guys. The camera pans away from you as you guys start to walk. Well, two of you might start to walk. Actually, Dayden, do you want to say anything else while I finish the scene?
No, but he will watch Jurek walk away and look down at his money that he never got back. Tuck it away.
All right, so the camera will pan out and will slowly leave you guys. And then it will go on towards Greyhaven. And then it will shrink down. And it'll come down to this room where this older gnome is walking down. He's got a peg leg and like one eye patch on his eye. And he leans up and there's someone sitting opposite him. And he comes in and goes, all right, what is it you have to sell me? And the person in the neighborhood waits up and puts a jar in. And the three souls are circling within the jar. And he goes, dang, where'd you find that? And the person in the hood pulls it off down. And you recognize Anala's face. And she goes, oh, I picked it up from a few friends. And that's all end today's session, guys. Thank you very much for playing my Realms of Terrinoth game. I hope you guys all enjoyed that. I'm going to end the broadcast now. Actually, no. One good thing, one bad thing. It was the first time I played with Wednesday Boys.
Bad thing, I lost my soul.
Okay. Plot bad things don't count.
No,
Right?
joking.
Don't blame me for having shitty souls.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the system. I thought it was interesting in a fantasy world. It seems like there's quite a lot. Presuming if these are like relatively basic characters, or slightly
no,
advanced.
actually, you guys are actually quite advanced. You're like 100 XP advanced, though. That's like
Oh, wow.
that's technically like 6-7 sessions in.
I find it interesting the heroic abilities thing, though we didn't get to. You didn't need to use them for mine,
Yeah, sure. You
particularly,
guys-
but
You guys just kicked the ass, so
that's an interesting touch. So I've been. I think they've done a pretty good job of converting it to a fantasy setting with all the little details.
that's fair. And one bad thing?
Need more charisma skills.
Well, yeah. That's I can't help you if you guys are all like, we don't talk to people.
I talk to people all the time. Just this character wasn't quite made for that. I don't know. I didn't really have much of a bad thing.
I'll take it.
I think
It's
everything
cool.
works. As long as you have a dice roller, I think everything works.
Dice roll, everything works, because fuck me, trying to play this game with actual dice is the worst. All right, I'll take that. What about you two? Actually, no, Dan, what bad thing do you want to list?
I don't know if I really have one, to be honest.
Okay. I'll take it.
Cool.
If you don't have one, that's fine. How about you two? Please don't all talk at once. It's not like I can sit here all day or anything. It's great.
I was trying to be nice and wait for Liam and wait my turn.
I was also trying to do the same thing.
Too polite. I enjoyed it. It's I never really got to play the system very much when it was Age of the Empire. Or maybe only 2 or 3 games. And one as that fantasy hack. Whatever it was called, can't remember.
Yes, yeah. That something. It was like Edge of the Kingdom. Realm of, Edge of the Kingdom, something like that. Yeah.
Which I really enjoy the system. I just never really got a chance to dig in, so it's been great to revisit it again. So that was great. Thanks for that.
No sweat.
And of course, since Genesis came out, this is the first time I've had a chance.
True.
Bad thing? I can't give you a bad thing. So I'll end it with a bad thing, Liam.
Yeah, I'm terrible. To be fair. That'll be my bad thing too. My bad thing will be me.
Okay. What's your bad thing, Liam?
It's me. I just told you.
No, Liam. You can't have the same one.
That's the reason I can't have the same. I can tell you a good thing. It's just a really fun system. I don't have a lot of experience with a lot of different systems, but this is one that was good. It was really, I thought it'd be quite complex when I was reading through all the dices, but then when I actually sat down and could see them all, I was like, oh, this is actually surprisingly simple. The characters seem really interesting. Excited to actually make one instead of just grabbing one, because I'm like, I don't know how to do this, so I'll just take one. And that'll do me fine. But put one together could be really fun. I can't think of a bad thing. I'm not that negative.
I think a bad thing for myself, just to give you at least one bad thing, is just the sheer amount of things that you do need to pick up, like the weapon qualities and things, that if you're not used to that going in, that little cheat sheet you gave us was brilliant. I think if you go in without something like that, you're going to have a rougher time.
That's fair.
I see that. There's also a lot of abilities that I never really got a chance to use, but that might just be because of the situation. Like there's the one where I don't need another maneuver to move through terrain. But again, that's just that would be different for a different adventure. Like you could get a lot of use out of that one.
That's fair. I'll take it.
I was wondering, with the motivations, I know we didn't play very heavily on those.
When you play to your strengths, you get 1 extra blue die. When you play to your desire, you get 2 blue die. When you play to your flaw, you get 1 bad die. When you play to your fear, you get 2 black die.
Okay. So
I was trying to work that in with my roleplay, like the whole thing about me being scared of magic.
I didn't give you any black die because I was like, I'm not going to penalize you for this roll. You're suffering as it is. I'm like, you suck as it is. I'm not gonna make it worse.
It's a fair point.
It was a fun time, even if I got nowhere from like talking to anyone.
I really liked it, but actually, let me end the broadcast now so I can just load it up later. So thanks, guys, and see you all later.
Bye.